You too.
Hey everybody, and welcome to a special Saturday night episode of Castle Mac. Tonight, we are revisiting our original characters. The first characters, at least for Innes and Nithbis here, their first characters in the Castle Mac universe. Second character, really, for Kelsey in the Castle Mac universe, who's joining us from the Arcane Library, broke away from Arcane Studies to come down to the castle. And for Sean, not his first character in the universe, but everyone's favorite barbarian sweet boy.
But the most beloved.
Okay, so we are picking up where last our meta plot kind of wrapped up, where the heroes kind of battled, frankly, Tiamat, and have spent some time thereafter figuring out what they're going to do next.
Why'd you say frankly?
I don't know. It felt right.
Frankly, Tiamat.
I don't know why I said that.
Frankly,
But I did, and we're going to live with it. So,
my hair's so puffy.
yeah, you guys look incredible. You look like Fran Drescher / the devil. I love it. It's fantastic.
Amazing.
That was incredible.
It wasn't even Fran Drescher, but it was the essence of it, and it worked.
Just gonna fix y'all's camera real quick.
My straw tastes like garlic.
Sorry, I don't know
Yeah.
why it's funny to me.
That's because I ate a pizza and licked it earlier. Okay, with that, we're gonna get started. Without further ado, you guys all ready? Are we ready to get going?
Frankly, I am.
Okay. Hey, real quick, tonight we are raising money for Extra Life. We're at $625 of a $1,000 goal. That's a pretty big stretch. Our original goal was $500, which we hit before we even started. But if you guys could continue to help us, please do so. Those of you who are in the chat early here, please use the exclamation point Extra Life to remind people of that link so that you guys can help us out. We really, really appreciate it. What a great cause. It goes to local children who need it. It comes right here in Richmond, which is very special to us. So, without further ado, let's get rolling. Any other admin we got to take care of?
Just a quick open of a fizzy water.
Go ahead. Open that.
All
Any
right,
other
thank
fizzies
you.
need to open? Nope. Good to go. All right. Our tale begins in an opera house in Waterdeep,
No!
where Kothai and Innes are guests of honor. And you all have been watching unfold before you an opera depicting the events now referred to as the War of Dragons. How do you react to seeing this play out on stage? Innes, the actress playing you, has a beautiful singing voice. You watch as the scene is recreated of her holding Salos as he dies in her arms. You watch the scene as Kothai's body is returned to the Sword Coast after having his brain eaten and miraculously is able to be recovered. You see all these horrible things that are now being, punched up and improved upon to get a visceral reaction from audiences, but you and Kothai lived this. How do you all react to this presentation of the horrors you survived?
What would you say?
I think Kothai does a few things. One, continues to comment on the inaccuracies. Two, Innes, but we didn't. I also think he's deeply affected by, when there's clearly moments of joy and everyone else, he's, smiling.
Yeah.
But also in the moments when it's, Salus's lament, I think he's crying for sure. Just
You see the final battle with Tiamat, which is beautifully done with puppetry and magic. Prestidigitation is making everything more enhanced. And you watch in that scene, in fact, as a seer dies before you, before Tiamat, and a similar sort of bittersweet victory at the end.
I think at the victory, Kothai, not knowing what he's supposed to do, is yeah!
I don't know how Innes feels. I think she's honored to be there, but also probably feels deeply uncomfortable with how it's being celebrated because so many people died.
Mm-hmm. It was a horrible event on the Sword Coast from which people are still recovering.
But, like, I also want to, like, keep up appearances, so I want to, like, look like I'm having a good time, but I think inside I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
They're holding hands, though.
Oh, yeah, oh, of course.
Yeah. And at the end, especially with Kothai, people, like, are applauding and cheering, and you look around the room, and you see the people who are enjoying the play to the utmost, and they're nobles. They're people who probably did not risk their own lives. They maybe didn't even risk the lives of their family members. They enlisted other people to go and fight for them. And you just look around and you're like, this is how they've lived what happened. Stories that were punched up to evoke emotion. I don't know, maybe that just kind of strikes you that you look around and it's like, these aren't the soldiers who were there. These aren't the people who swept the blood from the ground, who picked up the bodies that were massed outside of the caldera of the volcano. They weren't there.
I guess to Ennis, Andlat, I thought this would be like the mead hall of Oldeveld when warriors told the stories together and cheers to the fallen and each other's bravery. But nobody here seems like they were injured.
No, Kothai. These are people that have only ever been injured when they have stubbed their toe. They'll never go to battle. They don't know what it's like.
Waterdeep is a strange place to me still.
It's strange to me, too. But this is where I am now. This is where my church is.
Yes, but everybody likes the church. So many people go there.
We've been able to do a lot of good.
Of course, I'm glad.
And the audience starts filtering out as the chorus and the orchestra below plays the exit music, which is a medley of all the themes that wove throughout. You can hear Ennis's leitmotif, you can hear Nithbus's rhythmic leitmotif, you hear everyone's sort of themes woven together. It's a beautiful rendition and a great way to end the evening as everyone starts filtering out. You all are in a private box, but you come out of the private box as soon as you open the door. There's people just standing there. They are clapping at you. Well met indeed. Kothai, well, they did a wonderful job of your personnel. Just people are throwing compliments at you, trying to shake hands.
I would, thank them and, like, be cordial, but also I would probably just want to try to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kothai, also with people being kind to him no matter what, is still like, oh, thank you. Yes, that didn't happen. Also now thinking about what she said, though, being like, there were also other people, like a lot of people outside of the place, and also Mithras and other people who were not in there that should have been in there.
They did not have any songs.
They did not have any songs.
People are giving you the kind of quite right. Yes, indeed. Yes, well, wonderful again. Brushing it off, essentially. And you all exit the opera house. It takes some time. People are swamping you. People are just so interested to see you all. People are pumped. There is a very palpable togetherness about it, right? People are sort of like, we overcame this. Regardless of their own level of sacrifice, there is at least a binding of the community coming out of this. A feeling of, everyone like, we sort of lived through this, right? It's a little bit like, I don't know, Londoners after the Blitz. Like, there is this sort of, we did this, we suffered and came through on the other side, and people are feeling pretty energetic after this.
Do you think that they would have gotten the detail right about how Ennis had to dye her hair brown for a little while? They made her wear a wig.
Probably not. They probably didn't do that. Not a lot of the details were accurate.
But it is I, Ennis, who has been in hiding!
Behold! And then it's like into a song. You all filter out into the street. People are waiting for carriages. It's just the two of you at this point, sort of standing somewhat by yourselves. What do you all say to each other before you presumably part for the evening, or what are your plans?
Where are you staying in Waterdeep?
No, I do not know. Wherever I can sleep.
You come sleep at the temple.
Okay. I have been thinking about all these people being happy. Maybe we should not feel angry at them. It is like when the mountain stops the storm that is coming in, and the people on the other side of the mountain don't even know there was a storm, but it does not mean that the mountain did not stop the storm.
That's a great way of looking at it. I'm not angry at them. It hurts to watch them clap and laugh at something that I was a part of that hurt so many other people. I'm not mad at them because they don't know any better.
It is strange. To be able to enjoy something seems like you should have paid some of the price, but the price was not exacted on them.
Yes.
But we did not just do it for people who would have paid the price.
No. We didn't fight Tiamat so people could watch in an opera house years later.
Well, you guys hear a voice coming up.
Perfect. Good timing. And real quick, I am going to give out our player inspirations, but y'all...
I just looked over and you can't even see me. It's so white.
So white. I'm going to give both of you inspirations to kick that off. And this voice interrupts the darkness, and you look, and what do they see?
They see a bronze, tall dragonborn who's a bit more lithe instead of the stocky type that you're used to, and she's wearing a robe and kind of foreign sashes and robes, with like the wide legged pants and things. And she steps out of the darkness and she says, "I didn't want to interrupt your discussion nor assail you like the many people following the show, but I do need to speak with you, and it isn't about the performance."
Oh, okay, Dragon Lady.
Well met. Your name travels far, and it is actually an honor to meet you in person, but I bring news that is probably in no way joyful to you, but yet something you do need to hear. My name is Ingara.
When she says that, you've heard of her. You've heard of her through the Metallic Dragons.
Yeah.
You know that she has some loose affiliation. You know she's very well traveled and fairly famous in other parts of the world. Has done a lot of different exciting things, and is certainly a name that you've heard bandied about in their halls.
I'm like, oh. Let me make sure. Ingara. Oh, Ingara. I have heard of you. I have spoken to the Council of Metallic Dragons many times and visited them. Your name is given freely. I am honored to meet you.
Thank you. Yes. I have spoken to them as well, although certainly not to the degree that you have. And I have held myself apart from them on purpose, perhaps foolishly. But I feel we may need to discuss some events that have developed, that have come to my attention, that are chilling.
What events?
Yes. Well, I recently sent an expedition to the mountains, the spine of the world. There was something developing there, and I wanted to investigate it. And my team found that there was some darkness gathering there. And as time went on, the reports became less frequent and suddenly stopped. And I attempted to scry on the region and probe it magically and was met with only darkness. And I understand, I can sense that something powerful is growing there that can shun powerful magics and repel even my probings. It isn't something simple or something to ignore, it is something dangerous. And I can't investigate it alone.
This makes sense. I have spoken to things of the older belt, snow leopards, and conversed with the bear spirit who says there are fell voices on the wind.
Yes.
But we have not found it.
It is unprecedented that something should defy my scryings in such a easy manner.
Are we sure it's not, a miracle? with the metal barrier in the Chaos Beast.
That is a theory. That is, but whatever it is, it is too familiar to me in some ways. I have some experience with powers that grow beyond their measure and too quickly and without precedent, and this reminds me of that.
We must consult with Nithbis right away.
Yes, Spekir knows many things about how to beat many things with the brain. Not
Excellent.
the fist. I do the fist.
It is necessary sometimes to have both.
I will have her called on.
Indeed, and I am a foreigner to Waterdeep, but I intend to reside in the city and liaise with your team as much as I can to sort out what's happening. Is that acceptable?
Absolutely.
Come to the temple tomorrow.
Excellent.
Are you sure you're staying in a safe place? You could come to the temple tonight if Androd says it's okay. It's her temple. It's not my temple.
Well, I have arrangements for the night, but we shall see for tomorrow. Thank you.
We shall help and figure this out, Ignara.
You are the only ones who I think can.
I'm sure you're right.
And for that excellent exposition plant, give you an inspiration as well. We will cut, in fact, over to you, Nithbis. You are slightly annoyed because this is the third time in as many days that Baishar has requested a personal audience with you. And you're just like, hey, I said I need to be left alone right now. You've been studying voraciously for 6 months, buying books from all over the world, reading things, just pacing in your inner sanctum. And on the third day, when an aide comes in and says, oh, my lady, forgive me, Lord Baishar wishes to speak with you. He begs your forgiveness. He knows how busy you are, but he believes this is worth your attention.
Okay.
You close your book. Baishar comes in, not humbly. I think you all at least have a good enough relationship. He no longer caters to you. He's just like, Nithbis, my lady, we have a growing problem. I tried to mention it to you yesterday, but it's gotten worse in some ways. And he looks at you and he has a look of deep worry. And he says, teams heading north, gone missing consistently. They not even a word. We found evidence of a fight not 100 miles from here. Strange arrows that were both goblin and orc. They seem to be uniting when historically they... My lady, this has the potential to be devastating.
What do you suggest that we do?
He kind of shakes his head. He's like, at the very least, we must expand the borders, the Lord's Alliance, outposts, mobile forces, cavalry. We need standing armies, my lady. I know there is not an appetite for this. Must be done, or there will be bloodshed.
I'll see to it.
Thank you. I'll leave you to your studies. I'm not sending any more of the Order north.
It'd be a waste of bodies.
He kind of nods and like he's going to leave, and then kind of turns back. He says, Lord Wayland, was putting together a team to settle Frostvarden. It could be a good initial outpost.
Well, maybe I'll speak to him tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you for your persistence, Baishar.
Of course, it's how I'm still alive. He turns and walks. You watch the door close behind him. What do you do?
What time is it?
I think after dinner. In fact, you've got a plate of food that you didn't even touch. You're like, oh shit, forgot about my dinner. You're too
Forgot to eat.
yeah,
Again.
too deep in your books. Yeah, Dan is off.
How far away is Wayland from where I'm at?
I think he is in Neverwinter right now. He is securing essentially funding for this settling operation. He's finding about a force of about 100 adventurers and about 1,000 settlers to go settle a region called Frostvarden, which is up to the north, essentially as a buffer zone for the Lord's Alliance. So he's there securing, he's kind of taking care of all the logistics of it, essentially. And the Order of Rorik is providing a good number of the adventurers, maybe half. The Order of Rorik is the order of, they're kind of like, they're mercenaries, basically, that Nithbis founded.
Ah,
With some rules.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, they're good.
I feel like I probably would just windwalk to where Wayland was to go
Okay.
speak to him and see what was.
Awesome. Yeah, no problem. You're just, you Alex Mack it into some wind.
that's right.
You jet over there. I mean, Neverwinter from Golden Leaf is like 2 hours. Not even 2 hours, probably wind walking. It's probably like an hour. You wouldn't go like 600 miles an hour or something.
So fast.
I know. It was
6 or
it's-
300. I don't know.
Yeah, it's stupid fast either way. So
Nithbis does it all the time now. She's basically
She's like, oh no, I need to turn left here and go the back way on these winds.
yeah.
Catch the jet stream.
Got the back roads. All right, you arrive in Neverwinter kind of in no time flat, and you know that he's probably with Daggelt Neverember at the very least. Rumors of Daggelt have not really reached you guys, I don't think, of what's going on in the Waterdeep campaign. But anyways, you come out of your windwalk, you find Neverember and Wayland, and they're looking over a map, and you come in, and Wayland's got like this blue cape on, and I forget, what was his new symbol? It was the winged spear, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's got like a little like breastplate that has the winged spear sigil on it, and they both sort of look up at you, and he's like, Nithbis. It's like, hello. And Neverember's like, Nithbis, it is my honor. What do we owe the pleasure?
Baishar tells me that you've already started making plans.
He says, yes, young Wayland here will be heading an expedition to Frostvarden. We used to have a bit of a presence there, but after the war we had to pull back, contract the borders. But we now feel that there's a growing need to expand the borders of the Lord's Alliance. And Wayland, well, he is without home and was gifted land through your generous... And Wayland's like, yes, I'd be... we're putting together the forces now.
It is critical that this happens very soon.
Something changed?
Would I, should I assume that he knows what Baishar just told me?
Probably not.
Okay.
He may have heard the initial rumors, but he hasn't heard it so urgently from Baishar.
So I'd fill him in on that.
Okay, yeah. You summarize everything and then kind of walk them through it, and they're in agreement. They're like, yes, we need to get on this. Like, this sounds like if we allow them to unite, it's a major threat to the north, right?
What do you need from me to make sure that this happens?
So, the funding is secured. It's the forces. We need adventurers. From the Order would be fantastic. They'll be paid fairly.
It's going to be difficult.
I know
But-
it's stretched thin, but we think a 10-to-1 ratio of settlers to adventurers should suffice, with some standing army as well, guards and the like. Outriders.
Perhaps we'll put out a word.
Like, that would be good. We can leave as early as, what do we need, 2 weeks? 1 week? We can get started. The logistics are in place. It's really just the people.
Sorry, my hand got stuck in my hair.
I understand, believe me.
I'll put out word. See if we can collect some more people. But I'd only give it 7 to 8 days maximum.
We can do that. They look at each other and kind of nod. How do you send Nithbis her message? How do you get word to her?
Just with all of my connections, I just find someone that has a scrying scroll.
Or a sending spell?
Yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, that's scrying sending.
Alright, as you're sort of walking out of the room with them, you get the bring! You get the new text message
You
from
just be like,
Innes.
Eyes go
I'd be
back.
like this.
Nice. All right,
You can't make me laugh while I do it.
also
Just do it with arms out in the middle
I'd
of
be
the
like-
hallway. People have to walk past you.
Pardon me?
Do you think...
Innes, what do you tell her?
I would say,
You're telepathically linked right now.
Nithbis, a bronze dragonborn has come to Waterdeep telling us of a darkness in the spine of the world. I need to talk to you to see if you know anything about this. Should we take this seriously? Call me. Ennis.
Keep in touch.
New sending scroll, who dis? Sorry.
Lylas.
Alright.
I can reply with
Yeah, you can reply,
a certain
yeah.
amount of...
So many characters.
Did you return my frock I let you borrow?
Have you seen it? Because I'm pretty sure I thought I left it there.
No. I probably wouldn't even reply. I'm that friend.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You don't reply, you're just gonna show up?
yeah.
Alright.
I know that.
Yeah, you expect it. The next morning comes. You find yourself at the Temple of Annalore, which is newly rebuilt and absolutely beautiful. It's like, it puts every other cathedral in the city pretty much to shame, mostly due to its newness, but also due to the care that was taken in the rebuilding of it. Innes, you're waiting there, and you see a mist just billow from under a door, start taking shape, but it takes like a full minute, so you just see Nithbis like laying there as she's forming, gotta make an eye contact with you.
Yeah, just one
I like
arm.
this.
As I see her rolling in and taking shape, I would get something ready for her, like a drink or
Right.
something.
I would imagine early morning patrons seeing a straight up devil start forming out of mist, awkwardly just like.
They're like,
The high matron is like,
I'm just
oh
like-
good, this is here.
They're like, yep, I've lit the candles. I think I'm gonna go for the day.
I think I'm done. I think I'm good. Here's my coin. You, Ingara, push open the huge double doors and kind of walk up the center, and you see patrons already there in the morning praying. Of course, you're back in your sanctum, but Kothai will say you're sitting in the pews, kind of waiting, and you see Ingara come in.
Good morning.
Good morning, Angara.
Well, this is a fine temple.
They rebuilt it. Tiamat and her people smashed through the old ceiling and devoured a lot of people's souls, but it's okay because we went to hell and we fought a kraken and we released most of the souls, including Vindas, Salos, not Asia, but that's another part. But yes, so they rebuilt it afterwards, bigger. That's why it's new and big.
Well, it sounds like it deserved it.
The first temple was destroyed because the old high matron,
No, she wound up being good in the end.
did she?
It was
You just
That was the
hated
old
her.
I just
switcheroo.
hated her.
it was the fake dwarf.
That was the old switcheroo. Yep.
Oh, right. Well, I still hated her.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a job now.
So, Nithbis, you form, you all come out and clearly see Kothai and Angara sort of walking towards you.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Good
Hello.
morning.
Kothai. Look who's here.
I have not seen you in so long.
How long has it been? Like,
A couple months. couple months.
Kothai, it's only been a couple of months.
Yes, but a lot of times the animals say that they have spoken to you, but the animals have not seen you lately. So, in that way, I have also not seen you because the animals have not seen you and I talk to the animals.
I've been doing my research. Unfortunately, it's kept me inside.
I understand. You're the only one who can do that research.
It is a burden and a gift.
I think it's a gift for me.
I assume you would not have asked for me to come here if it wasn't urgent.
This is Ingara. She brings both ill tidings and new friendship, so...
I'm not sure which is worth more, but
Goodbye.
it is an honor to meet you, and I do bring news that is probably only something I would share with you three, so... Well, and I'll kind of give you the recap of it as well. There's a dark force gathering in the spine of the world, and I've sent my best to investigate it, and they have not returned.
Where is the spine of the world?
It's the mountains way in the north.
Remember
Didn't we
went
go
there
there?
when we were going to hell.
And so
It's a
this is-
huge mountain range, so it's not like one region. It's a huge mountain
Isn't
range.
that also
So
where
this-
the metallic dragons where we flew to?
Not
like,
quite.
go to
They're
the
a little.
council?
They're not quite all the way that north.
Is this a separate area from where you were saying all this other stuff was happening?
It's certainly the same direction.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, it's all north of where you guys are, which is kind of the western end of the spine of the world. So, and yes, and where you're talking about is kind of the same region.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Right. Also, those in Oldeveld in my visits have heard rumors of something. They say the wind speaks fell voices, and the animals are scared in a way they have not been, even during the War of Dragons. That area was untouched.
And there is one more thing that both Angara and Kothai have heard. There was a night. You could do some research to find out when that lines up in the timeline. There was a night when multiple meteorites struck Toril and all across the world, essentially. And that was sort of... It was bizarre, because you saw them strike. Some of them were found, and strangely it was amber.
Yes, an astrological event that I have never found repeated in my research. It is most strange.
Yes, some of the dwarves, you remember the ones that helped us get back inside. They went out searching for one. When it fell, they never came back.
We've sent multiple groups towards that area, and none have come back.
Something must be going on.
We've lost many people.
Is it another cult? Because there's a lot of cults. I'm a bit tired of beating cults.
I'm not sure, but the fact that
Change the adventure.
goblins and orcs seem to be working together is already...
Unusual.
That's weird.
It is. They are, from what you've said, they must be mustering in some way together. But that is unprecedented. Goblins and orcs.
There must be a greater evil than the evil that they see in each other in order for them to be working together. It's troubling.
Maybe not religious, though. I've never really known a religious goblin.
Right, their gods are nothing like those of the more humanoid races.
Would I know anything about goblin gods?
Probably not. I mean, I don't think there's much research into their
It'd
society.
be one thing. Goblins also have a god.
Yeah.
Underneath that.
Yeah. And so one final point, your research was focused on where one of those meteorites struck, which was a certain mountain in the spine of the world known as Te Arawa.
And I know that this is the location.
That's where you had sent your team initially. No, that's not necessarily where you lost contact with them, but it was around that region. That's where they were heading, towards Te Arawa.
Right, and that was our mission, but it was a failure. Te Arawa, there is a secret there, I believe.
Have I heard of Tearwa?
I don't think so. I don't think you necessarily... It's very remote.
Oh, yeah.
Extremely remote.
I do not know this mountain. But we could go there.
We may need to... Well... This all is somewhat unsettling. The news you bring ties in closely to this, I would think.
I need to get my temple's affairs in order before we leave, but I could do so by the end of the day.
Any troubles anywhere would bother me, but troubles in the north bother me. Old development is in the north. Skyreach is rebuilt, but I still have not recovered the crystal that I need to run it.
Wayland is putting together a group of forces. And before we go, if we do leave, I would like some assistance, if you all would, in spreading the word that he needs bodies, able bodies.
Yes, of course.
I can do that right now.
I was once a warlord. I know something about recruiting.
We should look to his friend Esme.
Nah, she sucks. Just kidding.
She would be alright. She seemed a little pretentious.
Is she in the high forest, though?
Yeah, she would be. But that doesn't mean, young elves love adventuring.
And she's
I was just making
she's
fun.
a war cleric.
She is a war cleric.
Set up my own castle.
That was Lydia's other character. That's the Shards Slayer.
Ah, that's right. Okay.
One of them.
My lord Blagothus was a warlord, that's what some said. Now his daughter Chorus is the warlord of Ordeveld.
Ah, it is a profession that suits some better than others. I am no longer one. There are many reasons.
Oh, what are they?
I feared my own power. And I disbanded the entire horde. But that was far to the east.
Well, I do not fear your power. I'm glad that you have it. I shall take to the streets.
I will just write a letter to Esme asking if she could round up any able-bodied young elves that would like to go.
Sure, definitely. You write that.
Is there... I'll go to the Yawning Portal.
Okay, great. What were the player characters? The Yawning Portal. I wonder if you'll just run past them. No, you wouldn't. They already ran into you. Yeah, go ahead.
I need to get the affairs in order of my church, so I think I would start to think of like who the second would be.
I think you've established a leadership there. It's not just you. It's been a long time.
Yeah, my day's off.
Yeah, you got your assistant man. You got your shift managers. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good to go there. You get to the Yawning Portal, and you speak to people. People there know you. There's some familiar faces. You see Volo, the author, there, and I think you put the word out. Put up maybe some posters. We can roleplay out any of that if you'd like to.
Not necessarily. I mean, unless you have anybody in mind. I think going there, and I think he's making a spectacle in town. Be like, I am Kothai, also known as Brimskia.
Could you make me a charisma check with advantage, just to see how good you succeed here?
Oh no.
People are a little bit like, hey, cool, hey, awesome. They're like, yeah, let's get out of here. You don't necessarily get that, but you do spread the word, and some people seem interested, but you're not.
He definitely doesn't know how to recruit.
Yeah, you have no idea what you're doing.
Like, I'm rambling too much.
What we need.
Wait a minute, who I call Svalfar, he came from another place into this place.
Feel like, yeah, thank you. Yep, nope, not interested, but thank you. But you spend a good portion of the day doing that.
I would probably, while he's doing that, just skywrite, recruiting statements.
Nice. I love it.
I will get in touch with the local mages guilds.
Yeah, what is it called? The Loyal Order of Protectors or something like that?
I think so, and I'm going to try to leverage my connections with other mage orders to recruit
Okay, awesome. Yeah, you guys get out the word, get out the vote.
The good word.
For Wayland. And word gets out. I mean, people are talking about it by the end of the day.
If only I could find a group of people who were like a Triton and a Ladrin, a Genasi, and, maybe a handsome devil that could end that way.
Yep, if only. You guys will see those posters tomorrow night, I guess. Okay, so you get the word out for recruiting. What is the plan? Where to? We'll say you guys get back together that night to figure out what the... how you moving forward. And while you're thinking about that, hand me one of those red vines.
Well, I'm assuming we're doing this over a meal, because Kotha is going to be like, best to eat a lot before an adventure.
I would want to tell Nithbis all about the play, or all about the opera.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, here was for stash.
Yeah, you want some?
Yeah, we can
split it.
I'm glad they're not the girthy ones.
I kind of want one.
I'll just put two together.
I like the girthy ones.
The girthy ones are good, they just tear up your mouth.
Yeah, they hurt to eat.
They're hard and you get jaw ache.
I had a crown and I couldn't eat it because it hurt.
What if they're just
Oh, that's beautiful.
stunning?
America's favorite treat.
Lydia.
Elves and red vines.
No.
I'd probably scoff at most of the parts that you told me.
Yeah.
Why would they make such an inaccurate performance?
People loved it.
I did cry at some parts.
Well, Kothai cries at a lot of things.
I do cry at a lot of things.
I should perhaps see it then. What do you think? Maybe not. I've read more about it, I think, than... The book is better than the play. That's what they say.
Books?
Oh, yes. Well, I would suggest that we attempt to reach Tearawa, because that is a point that I know has a lead, potentially, this Shard of Amber. I would like to see it.
How far is it?
Far.
It is
A
very
couple 100 miles. By wind walk, not very far.
Look at day travel.
Not even probably by wind walking, but yeah.
We'll do it.
Narratively, can't walk there, but you can wind walk there.
When you can't walk.
But it's a new day, right?
It's a whole new day.
It's a new dawn.
Now, are we going to take the wind to get there?
That was me just making it happen.
You're, of course, familiar with it, but it is an odd sensation. Because you suddenly start to feel very light, and then sort of very weak, and then you feel your body sort of collapsing. Like, oh my god, what is happening? And then you sort of have your consciousness, and you're like, wow, I'm a cloud. And it's a strange feeling, but you quickly get accustomed to it. And only the way that magic can retain that consciousness. And sort of as a group, you sort of swirl together and fly. I think communication's very difficult, but you can sort of communicate in like base feelings. Like, we should maybe go this way, and you sort of can feel that. But you can't really have like a deep conversation. It's sort of more just like almost electrical impulses passing between your consciousness.
I think Kothai always enjoys it to see so much land. I also think he doesn't have many things to think deeper about for the most part. Like, he's not like, oh, what are we going to do when we get there? He's like, oh, look at those birds.
I think
Hey, I've been there.
likes it too, because she's so close to God.
Yeah. And of course, Nithbis takes you up to a nice cruising altitude before you settle in. So you all fly for some time. Obviously, before you left, you researched where it is and feel good about navigating there. Ingara certainly helps. You know the area, and it's just this mountain pass, right? There's all these mountains. And Ingara, you're somewhat familiar with the mountain range, not intimately familiar with it, but you were interested in this particular event, and so you kind of read about it. And as you're looking at it, you could swear that one of the mountains doesn't belong there. You're just not sure. Like, kind of in the distance, you're like, I don't remember that mountain being there, but now whatever. I mean, it's kind of a passing thought that you clearly like, well, I mean, mountains don't come from nowhere, so I must have dismissed it, but like, that mountain just looks like it wasn't something I remember being there.
Yeah, I take note to check a map later about that one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it'll matter, because I think this is the first time that it's ever come up.
Yeah.
I guess I'm mountain born, so altitude and shit like that makes no difference to
cool.
Kothai.
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't know if it's a plan, it's just literally never come up before.
All right, you windwalk and you circle down towards where Te Arawa is, and you see this long, wide, sort of flat expanse, almost like a shelf on the side of the mountain. And you come in and you're gonna land there and come out of windwalk, but as you look at it, something strange is evident. There is snow fallen. It should be pristine and untouched, but instead there are burns and what look like explosions and potentially blood all over. And the snow is matted all over the place, and it looks like a battle was fought here. And you see a clear track leading towards the side of the mountain where there is a crack in the side. It looks like a cave entrance. But it looks, I mean, this shelf is maybe the size of like a football field, right? Where that should be clear, pure driven snow, but instead it looks like something terrible happened here. And even as you look at it, you get this sort of, like, I guess you don't feel it in your stomach because your stomach is technically air right now, but you just feel this heaviness, this sort of like, that's not right. Like something isn't quite right here.
Do we feel comfortable enough to land here?
Somewhere a little ways away. Not necessarily on the field, but we can skip past that too. You find another kind of little pass, and you guys, do a circle to make sure it's pretty safe, and you kind of come out of windwalk, and you guys are now congealed back into your regular forms. It'll take just a couple minutes of kind of climbing to get back to that shelf.
Could we perceive if, like, the explosions seem like they were made by magic or by organic things?
I think you'd have to be back in your body to kind of get a little more sense of that. But just looking at it, it looks like it could have been either. There's kind of no way to tell if there's residual, arcane capabilities within it, or if they were something like, explosives, primitive explosives.
I would like to check the site in case I find the bodies of those I sent. It would be closure.
I would like to test the blood and see what actually died here.
Yes.
Is this where a meteor hit?
This is the mountain. I don't know if it was this site, but it would be somewhere here, yes.
Where do meteors come from?
Oh, well, I could explain it for hours and hours, but...
Like, I don't know how rocks come out of nothing, and there's nothing in the sky, but rocks come out of it.
Yes, well, you're both right and slightly not right at the same time.
That is what people tell me quite frequently.
I as well.
I can wait to hear the answer. I'm anxious in this place.
As am I.
Do we suspect that maybe there was a battle fighting over the meteor?
I fear that perhaps, yes.
Could a meteor be valuable?
Yes.
And in fact, your interest in the meteor essentially stemmed from the fact that you don't particularly love owning magic items, but weapons forged from the ore of meteors tend to be very near magical while still being mundane. So I think that was kind of your interest in it. Like, that particular ore is incredibly valuable.
Like, how much do people know about meteors? Like, what would
Like
Ennis know
Renaissance period scholarship
Yeah.
beyond the magic is what I imagine.
Wizards are like approaching Galileo and stuff like that, right?
about?
So, yeah.
So
Yes.
Ennis probably just knows, like, a base.
Yeah.
It came from the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came from the sky. People like it to make weapons.
Yeah. And, yeah.
Or it's an omen.
Right.
It could be both, yes. It's... From what I gather in my studies, the ore inside of it is of great interest, especially to someone who would wish to forge a weapon.
I see.
It's also a rare spell component.
then yes, it could be very valuable.
Yes, there would be fighting over it, I'm sure. It's as any major resource. But I fear its arcane implications most of all.
I don't like how it smells up here.
And as you all are talking, you make your way up to that shelf, where you can clearly now see this fissure in the side of the mountain, which is clearly wide enough to walk through. It's maybe 7 feet wide, dark that you can see inside, but all around you at your feet, you can see the signs of battle. And in fact, for all of you, I think you're familiar enough, as you look, you can see the clear residual effects of a significant amount of spell effects. You sort of see where things have been vaporized, or in some places there's like balls of stone that the snow is turned into. There's places where the snow is clear and the ground underneath it is like obsidian from where something had struck, but a significant amount of spell damage.
Like powerful high-level spells, do you
Yes.
think? Okay.
And are there any bodies or anything?
You don't see a single body. You do see spots in the ground that look like there was a body there. There's some blood. You don't necessarily see where bodies were drugged at first, but as you look, you see some of the body seems to have been drugged towards that
The entrance.
fissure. Yeah,
I'm gonna taste the blood.
I love it. You're like, human. It all tastes human. All the blood that you taste tastes human that you see.
Not humanoid. Actual
Human, yeah.
Human.
Human. The
Human.
human. factor.
Humans.
Yeah. The human. But there's something else. As you taste it, you sort of feel like you're being watched a little bit. And out of the periphery, you almost see a line of shadowy figures. Almost like looking through squinted eyes and in a dark room, and when you look that way you see nothing but light reflecting off the snow, but you definitely feel a presence around you. And I think all sort of at once you all kind of feel this there's definitely something going on here, and you can kind of feel these eyes on you, and you'll turn and not see anything, and then you'll see a glimpse of movement, and you look and there's nothing there.
Just Nefis sees that.
No, all of you do.
I fire off detect magic just to see
Okay.
if there's anything that indicates.
You detect magic, and you do get a strong reading, but it's all the residual effects of these spell effects. A lot of evocation, a lot of enchantment, but the figures specifically are not really sending you any sense of magic that you can pick up on.
I'll turn my back to the wind and light my hooded lantern that just hangs.
And as you do, the wind picks up a little bit. You can feel it kind of biting at you. That standard sting of the cold, snowy, icy wind. The snow crunches beneath your feet, and you can hear the wind howling, echoing off the side of the mountain.
I think Kozai's upset that he doesn't find it comforting at this moment, where he typically does. But
my
there's
God.
something oppressive about that
Almost
presence where he's like... I mean, he's gonna do what Kozai does, and I mean, he's not moving anywhere. He's waiting, but
I'm seeing Kothai start to get uncomfortable and worked up. I would too, because I trust his instincts when it comes to fighting.
danger.
Can I do I guess, no, I'll be at the ready too.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn into a snow leopard.
Beautiful. You meld down into a snow leopard.
As she does that, I'll pet her.
Oh, you look like Shaka.
I probably would try to look just like Shaka.
But as you all watch, you just don't... Nothing happens. You stand there ready. You continue to see these glimpses. At one point, you think you even hear whispering, just sort of on the wind. And it sounds like more than one voice. It sounds like communicating. It almost sounds like the shadows are communicating with each other.
This doesn't seem to be magical in nature. It's something else.
It's not natural though either. That I know.
Could there be a portal? Communication just on the other side? Are we lining up with another plane, could be?
Maybe. That fits better.
Why don't you 3 roll Arcana?
Please follow the leopard.
Leopard.
How come it's not in here?
Leopard.
15.
The beyond thing is...
The search has to be super specific.
I rolled a 10. And I don't know what my modifier is yet.
Nifbis, what's your arcana?
+7.
I got a 13.
Okay, go ahead and roll Arcana if you want.
14 + 7?
21. Alright. When she says that, you all sort of look and you can almost see a shimmering in the air. Almost like when heat rises off asphalt. Like a sort of shimmering, and you're like, yeah. The membrane between realms is thin here.
Very interesting.
What is?
Do you think that through the fissures where you'd enter the other?
Perhaps whatever's on the other side, it draws closer, and I'm sure it doesn't tend to be something friendly. At least not in my experience.
No way to tell like what plane it would be.
I don't think so. Not at this point. But now that you've said it, it's gelled. You're like, we are looking at another plane where the like boundaries between our realms is very thin. But there's just, you see figures, you can hear whispering, they seem to be a language none of you know or understand, and it definitely feels sinister.
Okay.
But from whence it came, you know not.
But does it seem like they can see us? They're not talking to us. It's mainly we're just like on the outside looking in, but not really even looking in.
Based on what you know, they can probably see you in a similar fashion.
Okay.
They probably see you as shadows, and your voices weird and distorted.
Look around. Well, we can fight the shadows right now. Should we go into the cave?
I think so.
I agree. If we can at least discern the fate of this piece of amber, then it will not be time ill spent.
I'll start pushing through.
Oh, you're trying to find my animal.
You can just use like a panther or something to be close enough. Big cat enthusiasts might be unsubscribing to the channel when I say that, but you all make your way through this fissure, and inside it starts getting cold. Like you just feel cold air, the cold of the grave almost coming out. And in some places you have to kind of squeeze, go though that's particularly hard for you. And at some point rock gives way to where it's mostly coated on the sides by ice. And it's reflecting the light off your lantern in weird mirrored shapes. It seems like it's been hewn from stone, but why it's covered in ice makes almost like no sense. Water would have to be leaking in here. It really is incredibly strange. And the ice sort of forms this very rounded, very organic kind of structure. It almost feels like a throat. The way it's just sort of segmented and curved and smooth and almost jointed. And as you descend a little deeper through this, you hear voices down below, human voices. And you can hear groaning, just, it's okay, it's all right. You hear voices talking to each other. It sounds like a lot of voices, maybe a dozen or so.
Speaking in common.
Speaking in common.
And they sound like they're hurt.
Some of them do, yeah.
I would like to go and check on them.
Shall I sneak up there?
I don't.
I'm very sneaky.
I'll move my body to where it's under her hand.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, you're very
I'll sneak
sneaky.
in real tight.
Alright.
Like Vindos. Sneaky.
Alright, the two of you sneak forward. Why don't you roll me a stealth check, both of yous?
Stealth. All right. That's my betrayal die.
Plus 13, so.
So it's only like a 32.
Yeah.
13.
Just a 32? Yeah, you fail.
Joke's on you.
Yeah.
Difficulty is 35.
You sneak forward, and you can peer into finally where this ends, this huge chamber.
Oh, wait.
It goes up maybe.
17. Just saying.
Yeah, no, you're
Just in
you're
case.
fine.
Cool.
This chamber goes up. It's almost shaped like a Hershey kiss. It kind of comes up and then it's pointed right at the top there. And it's all ice, maybe 30 feet up. You can see the floor is illuminated by candles that are put in this very ritualistic looking shape. Almost a little bit like this.
Oh.
Maybe just to help visualize it, let's just go to the battle cam. I'm not saying this is a battle. I'm not. But I am saying let's just set it up.
Do you want me to get closer on what this is? Or no, just leave it.
Yeah, that's fine. You can put the characters over there.
Because of the ice, is it very cold in here?
It is very cold in here, yes.
Oh, you need a cat, huh? You need to be a cat.
I'm fine with
You
how.
could be a cat.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Why you always lying?
Why are you always lying? Lin.
Exactly.
All right. You creep forward, and you can see this chamber. And you see these wizards. They are in red robes. Their heads are shaven very closely, and they're covered in tattoos. And they look like they've had their asses beaten. They're all just like wounded.
The wizards did?
Yeah. Some of them are tending to the other wounded, and some of them are scribing these runes on the ground. And it looks like it's a defensive circle. It looks like they are setting up sigils in a defensive circle, and they look scared, frankly. And you see these golems that are destroyed. They're like these stone golems, and you'll see one like, and like its eyes will come, and it'll stand up, just and fall back down, and they're just like, they're sighing, and they're looking completely bedraggled. And you take one more step forward, and you hear, and it's clearly the sound of the magical alarm that was set on the hallway. And they all sort of perk up. They look surprised to see you. They sort of lock eyes with you. And one of them kind of stands forward. He's tall. He's got this black leather collar that comes up. These eyes that are just sort of burning. They're red ringed around. He's got these tattoos down his face and tattoos on his head.
Clearly a wizard of Thay.
Oh, yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes?
They're always bad, right?
Well, let's just find out.
No, tell me.
They're all bad.
He strides forward, and he sees you. Are you all behind him? You hear, and the alarm sounds like a corpse screaming. Like just...
Once the alarm sounds, I think.
He waves his hand and the sound stops. You come running forward, kind of stand next to Ngara. Innes, you're not far behind, a snow leopard. He looks at you all. He sort of stands and kind of hold, like some of them kind of start to stand. Some of them like pull wands out. He just puts his hands down. Says, I recognize you. I know your power, and my people are right to fear you. We have no wish for violence or bloodshed. Gods know we've seen enough today. Perhaps we can peacefully parley. I am not foolish or naive enough to waste your time with an attempt to persuade you from your course. But please understand, I am in a difficult position. I am, however, willing to trade valuable information for the healing of my people and their release from this mountain, for I am dead either way.
Go on.
He steps forward. I am Itaz. I am a red wizard of Thay, as you probably know by now. And he steps out of the circle, and as he does, you almost see, like, almost a line, sort of like almost like he steps out of some invisible barrier that he almost seems to like react to. His hair kind of flows a little as he steps out of it. And again, he's got his hands up in a very defensive posture. And you look behind him, and I mean, you see people just like, oh, and another one's like, brother, it's okay, like leaning over, trying to tend to their wounded. He says, I know why you've come here. The amber. Yes.
Yes.
That is why we came. We know where the amber is from. A pocket dimension. A realm of power. Contained within them are unspeakable entities. He kind of clearly reins in the licking his lips at the potential for power. But we were beset. We were attacked. Creatures from another plane. The shadow fell, perhaps. Doing the bidding of this entity, perhaps. I don't know, but we were overwhelmed. We would not be able to proceed.
But what entity?
A dead god. Entombed for a very long time in a place very far from here, ontologically. But it has arrived here by some great fortune. We sought to study it, is all.
Understandable, wizard, but you've been beaten, haven't you now? So tell me, where is this amber?
He looks at behind him, past the wizards. You see these two great doors carved in ice, and on them you see etched a mountain. He says, they're beyond the mountain doors. Carved here recently by the look of them. We dare not enter. We have been beset, as you probably will be soon as well. You're free to share our defensive sigils. Else we will leave here. You have my assurances, and if you could heal my people, I'd be eternally grateful for the rest of my life, which is short one way or the other, I assure you, for I have failed. You are right.
Well, that is up to you.
I don't often trust the wizards of Thay.
We do not trust the wizards of Thay, but we shall not harm you.
Who is your most wounded?
Those men there, and I mean, you can see there's three of them just like burned and sickly looking, and they're sort of still like shuddering from some unforeseen wounds, he says.
I'll do a mass healing word.
Okay. You do, and they all sort of, and they're just like, none of them say anything. They're all sort of looking at him.
It's very like, they don't get a ton of hit points back.
Yeah.
But
You're giving them the bare minimum.
yeah, oh yeah.
But you're certainly helping them, and he kind of looks at you. He's got these like distant eyes. He has a hard time moving his head because he's just got this like tight like leather collar that comes up, and he's just like, "Thank you."
Don't forget this moment.
What was your name, wizard?
Did I not say
Taz?
it has?
You did, but I wasn't listening.
Says, well, I suppose there's no danger in me revealing all that I know, for as I've said, my life is forfeit. The Red Wizards are not forgiving of failure. We send operatives to the realm where these are from. There was a great power there. Great power. And they're here now. And they were rightfully imprisoned. And they are no longer. They choose champions to be their avatar. You should be worried. We are worried.
I am worried. That's why we're here. Now, wizard, I will tell you from experience, there comes a time when every true mage must abandon the order they started, and I would recommend considering that.
He sort of looks at you, clearly tattoos all over, and he's like, that is not our way. Those who would turn their back on the Red Wizards suffer, only suffer.
I have survived so far.
He kind of cocks his head at you. You?
A similar brotherhood, but not yours.
He nods. We don't tolerate desertion. Thank you all again. We will be on our way momentarily.
A quick word, Itaz.
Yes. Kothai, isn't it?
Amongst other names.
There was a time when I would have given anything to have the chance to battle you, but now I'm only glad that you're here. And he says that very quietly. Like he's leaning in, making sure nobody can hear it. And as you're watching, you see this great water droplet on the ice form. Just bloop. It's like really loud. And he sort of looks at that and he's like, you don't have much time.
When you go back, understand this. I hope you all make it back to your home safe. But I have told other red wizards that what I do not tolerate are you here or your operatives here. So do not return.
He smiles big, somewhat sinister and somewhat understanding. He's kind of, you've got us on that. Is there any other questions I can answer?
I would like you to leave.
Well, we'll leave you to it then. Good luck. And as he turns, you see another great. It's like, it's not like the water's dripping a little bit, like the ice is melting. It's like this one big, like, boom, and that kind of hits. And they all perk up at that and look like
hiss at it.
Yeah, they look like they're getting defensive. And he comes back and he's like, it is time to leave, brothers. And he lifts his hands up, and some of them lift their hands up as well, and they begin chanting. Just as Galasta Brashta. They light some candles, and you start to see this swirling around. It's sort of this ball comes out, crackling with black energy, and then and they are gone.
Do we beat your red wizard puzzle?
We'll see.
Red wizard.
Red wizard.
Red wizard, yellow wizard.
Red, leather, yellow. That's hard to say.
It is. And as you all watch, you start to see more of these. And as you do, you start to see those shapes, sort of that were out of the corner of your eye. You now see them inside the ice of the cavern, shadows moving from behind the ice. And you see one start to come into frame. It's this humanoid that's sort of skulking a little bit. It's got this like long hair that's billowing like it's made of shadow. And you see it put a hand up to the ice on the other side. And then a hand pushes through the ice and a face comes through, and it's just... And we're going to take a little break there, y'all. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, Steven from Castle Mac here. Wanted to take a moment to play this video over the break so that we wouldn't eat up time when we come back, so that we can get right back into the role-playing that we think you're here for. Wanted to sincerely thank you for being here. It truly means the world for us, really, you guys. We're overwhelmed by the support that we receive from you all, so truly thank you. Let's get some administrative stuff out of the way. As you may or may not know, you can find us on YouTube. There's a link right down below the video. We've got all kinds of links down there. Or you can find us at youtube.com/c/CastleMac, or searching for Castle Mac will pull it up. I do my best to get all the videos up within 24 hours of their live stream, so there shouldn't be much of a delay. Usually I'm faster than that, and sometimes just a little bit behind. But every back episode is there, so you can go check them out. Finally, you can find us all on Twitter. That's pretty much where we mostly hang out in the social media world. All of our Twitter handles are visible within the player tags, although we're pretty easy to find. Just do the @CastleMac and it'll fill out with the 6 of us. So give everybody a follow and let's talk D&D. It's pretty much all we want to do all the time. Another link down below you'll see is our Bandcamp. All of our music is completely original. This is done by Castle Mac Andrew, and he's done just a phenomenal job. You can go listen to those tracks individually at our Bandcamp link. You can also purchase the album if you'd like to show him some support. He's got more stuff in the pipe, and it's going to be just fantastic. Finally, we do have a podcast. Speaking of audio, you can find us on iTunes under Castle Mac and other places that good podcasts are found. We're a little bit behind right now, but we're going to be caught up and have all the episodes for your audio pleasure. Finally, our Discord. The link is down below. Again, this is probably been the biggest hit with us. We love it so much. Lots of people come and hang out. We've made tons of good friends, lots of new friendships forged there. It's just fantastic. It's a really good community. So we invite all of you to come join us and have a good time. A lot of times after shows, we will hang out in the Discord voice chat, so you guys can come and we can all just kind of hang out a little bit. It's a lot of fun. Finally, let's talk about Divine Inspiration. As you've probably seen by now, every 500 bits or subscription equivalent earns our players a divine reroll. We think this is a really fun way of letting the viewers sort of act like they're the gods of the realm. They can subtly guide the actions of the players, whether it's, guiding an arrow or moving a shield over just a hair. So we really appreciate that. That is the immediate tangible benefit, but do want to talk about, what we do with those bits. We reinvest absolutely every dime we make into the stream, and you can look back at some of our older YouTube videos and see in a very short time we've come a long way. We really use that to pay for art. We've done tons of artist commissions, from overlays to character artwork, and we will continue to do so. We think we think artists make this community incredibly vibrant and bring visuals to life. I don't think any of this works without some of the wonderful art that people have done, and also equipment. As you probably know by now, if you spend any time with us, we have been making huge improvements to our audio, and that is really our number one focus right now. So we are saving up for a comprehensive audio equipment overhaul. Both Andrew and I have some background in recording, and we are really hoping to make that leaps and bounds better than what it is right now. We're really making do. It's challenging to mic a room full of people with broad dynamics, from whispers to shouts when people roll 20s. So we are being very thoughtful, and we're really focused on making that as absolutely amazing as we possibly can. And so you all are helping us with that. Every time you donate even a single bit, we really, truly appreciate it. Okay, let's get back to the break. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Thank you again for being here. It honestly means the world to us. So we'll see you soon. Okay, we're back, and as you all stand looking at this large cavern, which strangely seems to be heating up, and huge chunks of ice are melting and falling in these massive drips, these shadows are appearing behind the ice, and across the board, they're pushing through, and they're looking in with these bright blue eyes, sort of taking it all in. They're very pale, and their hair is made of shadow, almost like fire genasi, but shadow. They're not shadow genasi, but that's kind of what they look like. When they move, they're sort of very ethereal, and you almost see like a tendril of shadow form, and their arm forms in that tendril. They move incredibly like liquid.
How many are there?
So there are two different groups. These are represented by these guys holding the swords. They look different than the other ones that are holding spears. And they are armed with that. So the guys who are holding the swords are holding just this curved dagger that looks like it's made of pure darkness. And they're moving very quickly. They have these long, spindly fingers, like maybe like 8-inch fingers, sort of moving very strangely. The other ones are wielding these long spears, and they're sort of twirling them around and moving them again. They're fighting a lot like who is it from Game of Thrones, right? Who uses the spear, but dexterous. Oberyn Martell, like just very dexterous with these spears. Well, I think it's time for everyone to roll initiative.
All right.
If you're okay with that.
Nat 1.
Nice.
Good.
Great job.
Wow.
Put the battle music on. All right, let's get a high-level fight going now.
I was gonna pull my dice out, but yours are rolling so nice.
Yeah, you can roll mine. I don't mind. Just don't get me sick.
I'm getting off of it. It's just the wind walk. It just like
The wind walk brings it out of you.
really messes
Gets
up
your
with my
sinuses
nasal
all-
cavity.
You would think you could wind walk and clear it all out.
Just like neti pot it.
Yeah.
Okay, Nithbus, where are you at on initiative?
17.
17. Ennis, where are you at?
I'm at 13.
Okay, Kothai,
Twanky.
Twanky, and Ingara.
2.
Big 2. Okay, so enemy 2. These are the guys with the spears. Enemy 2 are guys with the spears. And enemy 1 are the guys with the dagger. And they are after Nithbus. So Kothai, you see them all just and kind of push out.
I thought you meant they were after me. Like,
Oh, they're
I was like,
they
why
are
are they
you,
after me
but they also
specifically?
act after you. So
got it.
okay, with that, Kothai, you're up, my man.
Well, first and foremost, I will bonus action. And I will rage.
Yes.
We'll go 10, 15, 35, 40. I'll stop right here, though, with my move, and I will ready an action if one gets into
Okay.
to range.
All right, you sort of wield Retorter around, and you can feel Retorter prepared for this fight. Finally, it gets to taste blood again for righteous fury. Nithbus, that'll be you up next.
I will move to where Kothai is
Okay.
as my movement, and then I will hold my action that if one of those creatures starts coming towards us, gets within 20 feet of us, I will pounce.
All right, because you're a cat. You want me to grab a cat for you real quick?
I'm fine, because I might not be a cat for long.
All right.
I'm not
okay.
worried about it.
All right. No problem then. Well, with that, it is enemy 1, who are the ones with the knives, and they are going to 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just make sure here that I like what they're doing. Yes. Okay. This one comes up and it has this dagger. It kind of spins it in its fingers and puts it down, and it kind of wields it like this. And as it does, you see the shimmering ice that then shoots out at you, Kothai. And what's your armor class, my man?
18.
That is a miss, as a matter of fact. But you kind of duck as this bolt of ice kind of slams into the wall behind you. You can hear shards of it now, like tinkling on the ground, sort of echoing across this crystalline ice all over the place. 10, 20, 25. I think right there you pounce, Raven.
Alright, so I will run 20 feet straight towards it and hit it with a claw attack. And if I hit, then we do some more stuff.
Okay.
12.
That is not quite a hit. You pounce at it and you sort of see this shadow image as it just sort of sidesteps. But then it just looks down at you with these piercing blue eyes, takes this dagger in its hand, flips it, and tries to attack overhanded twice into you. Ooh.
You can spend that.
Okay.
How's that feel?
Reroll that crit. Okay, with that, it misses both attacks. It tries to stab down. You kind of duck out of the way. It comes down again, and as it does, the dagger scrapes across the ice on the bottom, and it just leaves a mist of ice kind of in its path as it digs up from the ground. Okay, let's see. There's two more. That one, would you move it 10, 20? It'll be 10 feet away from you. And Nithbis, What's your armor class, Nithbis?
12.
Okay. You are blasted by this just awful... Well, you would know that it's Chill Touch. I think you know the spell. Or it's some derivation thereof. It sort of swings this dagger at you, and it makes this kind of shing noise as this bolt of ice comes and slams into you for 12 damage. And finally, Kothai. That one moves 30 feet towards you. And also tries to hit you with this spell. Which it does. And so you would take 5 points. I'll do the math for you.
Got it.
5 points of cold damage. And with that, Innes, it's your turn.
I am going to move up near-ish Kothai. And then the one that is attacking Nithbis, I'm going to hit with a firebolt.
Okay. You can try.
I'm going to use my cleric die.
Okay.
It's heavy.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's hard.
Thanks
Welcome
for
to
just
Sean's
putting it
world.
right on me. It was 10 away from there.
What did I roll?
That's a 15 showing.
That is a hit. That is definitely a
Plus
hit.
10 to hit now.
Yeah.
So that is what, 4d10 now?
Oh, Zombie Knight in with the crucial save. Thank you, Zombie.
Thank you, Zombie.
You all have the
Thank you,
gods have
Zombie.
smiled upon the zombie. I like it. I like the sound of like metal on metal.
I thought it was
Great.
nice.
They do, Zombie. They do need help. Holy God, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Holy
And
God.
it's that one right there.
Holy Annalore.
Holy Annalore. How much you got there? I can't
don't
read it.
know.
Okay, 10 and 17, 27 damage from a firebolt.
Hey!
It's sort of looking down at Nithbis. It kind of looks at you, and its wound doesn't seem to bleed, but shadow seems to trail from it, as if like a smoke machine from inside it. Anything else in us?
No.
Okay, then. What?
I don't know. Nothing. Nothing's funny.
Nothing at all.
Well, okay, then. This one gets up to you, Kothai, and it's just moving so quickly, almost skittering along the ground, leaving like wisps of smoke behind it, twirls a spear around and tries to lunge at you.
As it reaches there, I held my action.
Oh, you did indeed. Yes, you attack first.
Well, attack
Fantastic.
recklessly.
Yeah. That's a hit.
Tasty.
Tasty.
That is... Sorry, give me 1 sec. That is 21 damage.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah.
You get another attack.
Oh, I do get another attack.
Or do you don't get 3, right? Just
No,
2.
just 2. And I'll actually re-roll that one with my savage attack. So the 5 was better, so that is 17 more.
That's all. That's it.
Yeah.
Pretty weak, really. Just almost 40 damage. Alright, it comes running at you, and you just kind of wait and slash into it. It just kind of gnashes these teeth at you. Its eyes is bright blue, leaving trails of blue behind it as it takes the damage, swirls the spear around, and comes at you to try to stab you with it.
At advantage.
Yeah. First attack with the spear.
Oh, make me reroll that.
You can
You're gonna reroll that with the zombie
Yeah, I think you
save?
could do that.
Okay, it hits you, but does not crit you. Hits, doesn't crits. And it does.
They keep hitting with like icy stuff.
Yes. It hits you for 32 damage, 16. And as it does, like, you just feel this shadow, almost like negative energy. Like, just, you sort of feel your skin, like, slough into shadow and sort of just leave your body. And it kind of twirls it around, and then twirls around and tries to attack you again.
Before that, I'm gonna retort.
Allow me to retort. That's a hit.
That's 22 damage, which overcomes any resistance on that one if for immunity, if that's
Got
a
it.
thing.
Okay. As you're standing near it, though, it's moving so fast that as you retort, you almost feel like you're fighting against time itself. Like, you swing it, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm moving so slow, and it's moving so fast. You feel like you're being slowed down in some way. But it does attack you again. It does hit you again, I'm afraid. That'll be 11 damage after your resistances. But again, it just kind of swings the spear, and you're going, like, you know this should block it. Your muscle memory knows you're going to hit the spear, but you're just moving so slow, it sort of cuts across you. And again, you kind of feel this line of just almost like negative energy there. Okay, well, that's the first one. 20, 30. He gets to right there, and Sean, you look up, and it points its spear at you, and its spear suddenly ignites in this white crackling light, and I guess it does have advantage, doesn't it? You feel this bolt reach out, kind of surround you, and it hits you with a witch bolt. You take 12 points of damage, and it now kind of braces itself as this bolt is connected between the two of you. And Nath Bills. This guy comes up to attack you, Nithbios. What's your armor class there?
12.
I hit you for 41 damage. And similarly, you just feel the kind of... I assume that brings you back into your normal form, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and it attacks again. Whoa! Oh, no! Oh my god!
What type of...
Necrotic? And it's necrotic and piercing.
Okay.
But the nasty part's necrotic. Okay, so this is 11, 15, 18, 27, 37, 39, 46, 50 points of damage. And you see it come in, and she morphs back into herself, and it flips around and kind of attacks from the other direction, slashes across her.
Hellish Rebuke.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Or wait. You said it was necrotic?
Mm-hmm. Are you resistant to necrotic?
No, but I'm an absorb elements wouldn't...
Not here, but you could... I don't know if it works for necrotic. Does it? Does absorb elements? I think it might be.
No. So yeah, I'm gonna do a Hellish Rebuke once I can find it on here. Why the hell is it not on here? There it is. Deck save, please.
Okay. Failed.
So that's what, 2d10 fire? D10 or 12?
D10. That guy.
Yeah, the ones I like never use.
Yep.
8.
Takes 8 back.
8 fire damage.
It kind of sizzles. First time making a sound. And this one moves forward 10, 20, 30. It gets to right there. And also, Raven, you see it do the same thing, the one over there, to Kothai.
Bye.
Oh,
It raises its spear and you see this bolt shoots out, connecting you to its spear for 9 points of damage.
Which height?
That would be, I think it is Radiant? Might be Force.
How much?
9. But it's got this, like, almost Ghostbuster style, like, line connected to you. Whew. This guy's is a little bit nasty. Ingara, it's your turn. Show me what you got.
So I'm gonna step into the room here and cast a heightened fireball centered here.
Nice.
At 4th level.
Okay, sweet.
So let's see.
So you got
here.
20-foot radius, so you'll hit all... Well, if you hit it right here...
I was gonna try to go here 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh, yeah, that gets all 4 for sure.
Yeah. And the DC's 21 dex save.
Nice. All right, let me get to their saves
They
real
have some,
quick.
can still some D6s.
Oh my god, yeah.
I think I need 1, 2, 3. I need
Okay.
6 more.
So this is the two dagger boys. The farther one passes. The closer one also passes.
Damn.
This is for the 2 speary boys. The one closest to Kothai fails. The one farthest from Kothai passes. So all 3 tasks except him who failed.
Not so good. So 10, 16, 18, 32.
Okay. So let me just catch
And
up
then
really
it'd be
quickly.
half.
So that one.
Of course. I'll leave him right here just in case.
So that one, he took how much? If he took half?
16.
Okay.
Fine.
And he makes a concentration save because he does have a witch bolt connected right now, which he passes.
Damn it.
And then that one, he's the one who failed, correct?
That's right.
How much does he take?
32.
All right. You just see the fire, and it's left a big, like, hole in the ice from where it melted. And the other 2 are sort of slipping. I'm going to call that difficult terrain for the round, as the water is sludgy before it kind of freezes back over. And then the other 2 each took 16. Okay. Nice. I mean, they're all just sort of wisps of smoke and flame intermingling. Kothai, it is your turn, my dude.
Ooh, okay. Well, I will actually keep attacking this one.
Wait, he's looking incredibly rough.
Okay.
That's a hit.
I'm actually going to re-roll that one. So that was
Okay.
a 3 to start with. 5, okay, so that's 17.
All right, you slash up with Retorter, and as you do, you want to feel the satisfying, like, cleaving of flesh, but in fact, it sort of looks at you, its eyes glow bright, and it, like, dissipates into shadow. And as you swing your sword up, you sort of see the eddies from the pressure, from the force, and this shadow smoke just sort of dissipates, and there's absolutely nothing left of its body.
Okay. I will run a few steps and leap
Yes, sir.
right here.
Damn it.
Sorry.
It's alright, he can take any damage.
Yeah.
Trying to
Hit
help.
him with whatever, he's fine.
I will attack that. This one was damaged a bit, or no?
Yeah, a little bit. Mhm.
Okay.
Raven hit him.
I'll attack him.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a hit.
Yeah, 4. Sorry, I forget what my addition is there. For 20 damage.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, 21 damage. Excuse me.
All right. You come leaping, and it's as you're landing, you kind of swing below you and kind of land on your feet, having slashed across it. It's, ah! Anything else?
No, that's all I can do.
Anything else?
I'm going to. Can I see one of these?
Yeah, for sure. Miss Booze.
What's a 20-foot
Radius?
ringed diameter?
Diameter? It's not
20
radius?
foot ringed diameter.
So I guess it's 10 feet from a center point all around.
Ringed wall 20 feet in diameter.
Okay, so you would get... yeah.
Could I get all of them?
Essentially, you'd get 4 squares.
One. Oh, well, I'm going to do.
Kothai doesn't mind being on the other side of it. Hit it. Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Stop. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Wall of fire.
Oh, yeah.
That way.
You pull this wall of fire up out of the ice.
And every creature within 10 feet needs to make, of that side, needs to make a
Alright, here's the 2 spear boys.
deck save.
Deck save.
What's your save nowadays?
19.
They fail. And here's Dagger Boy, who's right in front of you. He fails.
I passed.
You passed. There you go. All right, roll some damage, Raven.
That's 6, right? Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 plus 8.
22. Whew. And it is...
So I take 5.
Be passed. Yes, you would have. And
Half
then,
and then
yeah.
half.
All right. Kothai, the air in front of you just fills with steam. I think you are now obscured to the other ones around you. Just as the ice is melting under the heat of the flames, you sort of shield yourself from it and kind of look up and you can see them silhouetted in the flames, kind of writhing in it.
And then I am going to move.
Yep, 100%. No problem. All right. It is the dagger fellas. Now, do they take damage now when they end their turn in the wall or begin their turn in the wall? I don't remember. Because I know they will
Ends
take it
its
again.
turn within
Ends its
10
turn.
feet of that side.
Okay.
Or inside the wall.
All right, Kothai, you're sort of looking at the silhouettes, and this one almost congeals into shadow, which almost seems to kind of wisp its way past you, comes up behind you, and you can hear the of a dagger. Okay, he attacks and does get advantage, right? Does in fact hit you. Oop. Bumped the mic. Bumped the camera, rather.
Say what?
Yep.
So what?
Oh man, you rolled too many.
You take 22 points of damage, but most importantly, as it cuts across you, just feel like weakened and slowed. You'll have disadvantage on saving throws until your next turn, until the end of your next turn.
So take 22 points of damage.
Take 22, and it comes at you again with this dagger.
That was halved.
The 22 was halved.
Okay.
That was
Oh, gosh.
third.
Got a lot of crits tonight. That really sucks.
you're the
20,
worst.
22. Plus. A lot of dice. 22, 32, 40, 47, 52, and 3. 55. So you would take 22 more.
Okay.
And it just kind of cuts across you again. Just these quick, sharp movements that you're sort of like, kind of just slicing across you, but the pain is way more than the blade should normally cause. And as it's cutting, you just see these like trails of you turning into shadow and dissipating, almost evaporating. I will allow you to retort.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's
that's
14.
One hundo P.
Okay, that is 15 damage.
Okay. You swing your blade across, and it looks pretty hurt as well. I mean, it's scorched, and where it's scorched, you again kind of see it flaking into shadow, dissipating into the air. Let's see, this one, Nithbis comes running after you. 10, 20, put it right next to Nithbis there.
Right here.
Yes, please. Slashes at you, Nithbis. I think that is a hit, if I know your armor class.
Brutal.
20... 32 points of damage, and you have disadvantage on saving throws until the end of your next turn. But it swings again. What's your armor class?
13.
They got you. I had to double check. I was looking at the right one. It did. $32 more damage.
Bye.
It just comes like running at you, silhouetted by this wall behind it that's filling the whole cavern out with this orange glow. And it just cuts across you once. I mean, you feel it like looking at it. And it just has these cold, inhuman eyes that are just studying you. Slashes again, and you feel darkness wash over you. Would you knock down Nithbis for me there? Innis. This one comes running at you. He just barely is able to get there as the ice around it is just slushy and it's kind of like crawling up this crater that was made. I don't have no problem with that tent. I don't have a problem with it. Comes rushing at you, Innis, slashing with this blade. You raise your shield. Feels good to feel the ring of metal through your arm reverberating. It's been a while since you've drawn your blade. You bash it with the shield a little bit. Swings again. What's your armor class?
21.
Yeah, swings again and you're just knock it back. Your shield with the etching of Tiamat on it now ringing in your arm. This guy, on the other hand, is having a really rough time. Comes up to Kothai, will end right there. Just like shielding itself from the heat. It does get advantage. What's your armor class?
18.
That was a miss. Slashes again. That is a miss again. Now you're just kind of, and again though, you're feeling the like weight of time almost, as you're just like trying to flourish the sword, but you're now anticipating. You're making up the difference as best you can. Okay, Anna's you're up.
I will use my channel divinity to preserve life, and I will give you up to half of your hit points.
Thank you.
What's that?
I don't remember. Let's see. How do I even...
You also shift to here.
Yes. I will.
I'm like, jump back!
Oh, 139 is my max, so what would half be?
69.
Okay, so you take 69, you can have the rest.
I'm above.
You're above half, okay.
though.
MBD.
No big deal.
That barbarian life. Okay. Anything else in us?
Yes, I'll move.
Okay. I think Kelsey already got you.
Oh,
Yep.
that's all.
All right, these stabby boys. This one is coming for you also, Innis. 15. It just can't quite get there because of where that melted crater was. It's kind of... It comes up, it raises its spear, and you see the crackling energy and electricity, and it holds it down towards you, Innis. Armor class?
21.
That is, unfortunately, a miss for me. Lightning just kind of zaps by. You smell ozone. It caught a little bit of your hair. Kind of singed just a tiny bit. Kothai, this one is no fool. He's
I
going
rolled
to get...
for concentration on
Okay.
the wall.
wait,
if I
it's
went...
down anyways.
If I went to 0,
Yeah,
never
it's
mind.
down. I forgot that it's down when you drop to 0. So he stays right there, turns on you, kind of spinning the spear, starts like juking, and you're just feeling slower. You just can't can't fight back against it. Gets you.
Got me.
How you doing?
I'm doing alright. I got
I'd be dead already.
60.
So it drops to 16 damage.
16.
No, I'm sorry, 14. 14 damage. Swings at you again. Oh!
What are you doing, man?
Woo! Woo! Trying to make it hard for these high-level characters, my dude. 20.
Mission accomplished. Stop.
34 plus. Okay. Let's
Man,
see.
if you TPK us on a Saturday night,
We're not showing up to your game tomorrow.
Are they wearing any metal?
No, they're not.
they're wearing
You after having take 35 points of damage, my dude.
on the second one.
On that crit.
yeah.
On that crit, 35 points of damage. And this one, you know what? It sees 3 on you. It comes running towards you, Innes. Gets to right here. Comes rushing you from behind. Spear blazing. Completely whiffs. Kind of slips on some ice. Whoa! That's the noise it makes. Ooh.
Good.
What? It hits you. Take 35 points of damage, and you hear it coming. You spin in time to block its spear from the first attack, but it rolls with the momentum, almost spins the spear around its back of its head, grabs it with its other hand, and stabs you while you're still recovering. And you also now are starting to feel this heaviness. You're just moving much more slowly. That's all of them, right? Yep, that's all 3 of those guys. Am I missing any? Okay, Ingara, you're up.
So I'm going to attack this guy with lightning lure. So it's a cantrip. We'll see. Well, I don't know if that hits. 14?
Wait, which one is the one with the spear? Or the dagger boy?
It's this guy.
That hits, actually.
Oh, amazing.
So congratulations.
So he needs to make a strength saving throw.
He's really good at those. Fails.
Ooh. Alright, so he's going to get pulled to here. Is that about right? Does this make a line?
Yeah, it does.
Alright. So he's going to get pulled there and he's going to take 48. So that's 10, 14, 17 lightning damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to then cast a quickened, heightened lightning bolt.
Nice.
This direction. Oh wait, I can only cast it heightened. I can only cast it either one or the other, but I'm gonna have to do quickened.
Gonna have to do quickened, yep.
So they're gonna need to make DC 18 Dex saves.
Okay. So let's do that for the two Daggeros. 2 Daggeroses. So the closer one passes, the farther one fails, and the spear boy fails.
So, 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Okay.
23 lightning damage.
Yikes.
Actually, it's 27 because I have an ability.
Okay.
And then I'm
So
going
did you
to
say
action
20,
surge.
23?
Yeah, it's 27.
Okay.
27 lightning damage.
Okay, give me 1 second. I've got to do my dungeon math here for 3 different dudes. That dagger boy, let's see, those are the 2 on Kothai, who are and the other 2. So that guy saved, so he would take, you did 27, so he would take 13. And the other guy takes the full 27, which brings me to, okay, got it.
And I'm going to action surge.
Uh-oh.
Because I have 5 levels of fighter.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to do a heightened lightning bolt again. Kamehameha.
Cool.
Well, actually, so they have to make DC 21 dex saves.
Okay.
And I'm casting this at 4th level.
And aren't y'all glad you brought Ingara here? Alright, I'm going to roll these as they lay across the board. All fail.
So this is 6, 12, 18, 20, 27, 31 lightning damage.
Okay. They all failed, huh?
Yes.
Still up for that spear boy, but he's now just like mostly shadow and moving much more slowly. Let's see.
Is there anything else
He's
I can
up.
do besides that?
I'm sorry you died.
They are all like wisps of shadow are just like pouring out of them. They're moving like they're drunk almost, and they're swaying now. They appear to be very hurt, but none of them quite dissipate, unfortunately.
Okay.
Well done, though.
That was tight.
Good work.
Just imagine.
I'm gonna get
Line them up.
Yeah.
Lightning is my element.
Yeah. Awesome. Kothai, you are up.
Ooh. Well. This dude looked. This dude looked the most hurt right here. This dagger boy. Is that correct? Or who looks the most hurt?
Dagger boy, closer to the left.
Got it. I'm going to attack that dagger boy. I'm gonna spend.
And it showed me her ankle. What do you think it means?
I'm gonna go ahead and
Scandalous.
spend my inspo there on that.
Okay.
I might have still got it, but I don't know, so I'll spend it. Okay.
Oh yeah,
That's a
we've got
21.
those.
That's a definite hit. By the way, speaking of inspo, the gods have once again smiled upon thee. Thank you. Is it Wikiva? Did I say that right? Thank you very much.
Well, wicked wild rolls.
Wicca wild,
Thank you.
wild. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead and roll damage for that guy. Did you already?
That is 17 damage.
Would you like to describe how he dies?
You're gonna get
Now that you
upset.
know something about them, that they're made of this shadowy.
Yeah, I think I start to cut down and almost like it's a fabric, just tear the rest of it as I turn.
And as you're pulling it, you feel it just melting into this ephemeral, you can't hold on to it, and it just dissipates.
And then this spear boy was pretty hurt.
Spear boy was hurting, yep.
Alright, so I will attack.
Taking some damage at least.
I'll attack the spear boy. Alright, well, with my brutal criticals, that's 5 d10s.
Feels good. Feels pretty solid.
How does it?
You have not yet spent your...
I have not yet spent it, so
do
let's
the
just
4
do
too. Do the 4 too.
Well,
Because you can reroll.
I can
Oh, you reroll the whole
thing.
pool. That's
I
right.
know.
That's
All
right.
right, so
Raises
that's
all,
20. That's 22 showing there. So I'm gonna savage attack that.
Okay. I think that was a trade up.
Yep. So that's 18.
Savage attack was.
26.
We overlooked it initially.
And
That is truly savage.
that's 46 damage.
Is that it?
Ooh, yeah.
That's all.
Holy!
He's still up, but I mean, he just kind of cut across its eyes flash for a moment. It almost like bends unnaturally before the shadow sort of stitches itself back together.
Like, does its neck just like
Yeah.
bend like that? Is it like a bent
It's like the
neck?
bent neck lady.
Yeah.
No.
It's like a bent shadow spearman.
Ugh. Is that everything, Kothai?
Hold on. Yes.
Nippus, you're up.
He's like, oh, Raven's going next. Oh, hold on.
Try to get me to skip your turn, but I wouldn't do it.
I saw that happening. Okay. While I can make spells while I'm down, right?
Yeah, you're up. You're awake. You're just on the ground.
But yeah,
You're like
but
laying,
while
you can feel
prone,
the
I can
cold.
like just be on the ground, like
Yeah.
I'm on the
100%.
ground and I'm just like whispering and I'm just like, and
Yeah.
a whirlwind forms 10
Nice.
feet wide around this baddie. And would
Very
they please
cool.
make a deck save?
Fail.
All right,
that
so 10d6 bludgeoning, and it gets sucked up into my whirlwind.
Sucked up into my whirlwind.
Sucked up into
It
my
gets
whirlwind.
That was pretty good, Steven. I was like, I actually really liked it.
We'll put that on the Castle Night soundtrack.
It'll go after the witch and this.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll open it up with intro video.
Yeah. Intro video.
I really wish we
Intro
could
video.
get the animation or the puppet to do the intro
That'd be
video.
awesome. Whoa, that's pretty good.
12, 22, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 32, 33, 34, 38.
38 damage, is that all?
Yeah, I think that'll be it. And then, since
And it gets like pulled into it, right?
it's like sucking up and
Yeah.
upwards,
Nice.
and seeing it successfully get trapped in my whirlwind, I will now use half my movement
Okay.
to get up, and I will move.
Oh, yeah. It's like swinging, it's like, it gets pulled up, and this whirlwind is picking up shards of ice and shadow, and they're just sort of melting, and you kind of see its face. It's like trying to, it's like a cartoon, right? Where it's like coming out of the whirlwind and back in. Looks pretty darn.
That was a medium or small sized creature, right?
Yeah, 100%. Okay, then. It is their turn. What can he do on his turn? What happens with whirlwind? I don't know.
So, when you start your turn restrained by the whirlwind, you are pulled 5 feet higher inside unless you are at the top. A restrained creature moves with whirlwind and falls when the spell ends. Restrained creature can use an action to make a strength or dex check against... Oh, it's going to be a dex because it's not a large-sized creature.
Okay. So it makes a dex save right now.
Yeah.
Can use its action to try to get out. That's
Yeah.
what it's right down at the bottom. All right, yeah, it's trying to get out.
So...
So make a strength or dexterity. It will do dexterity, which it fails.
And so then it gets sucked 5 feet higher up.
Just and how tall is it?
30 feet.
30 feet. So it's now like 15 feet up in the air, just getting pulled up. Cool. That's pretty sweet. Sean, this one attacks you, however. Oh, yeah, perfect. Oh, I have flying stance.
No, that's fine.
Okay, whatever. Fine. Fine. If you want to go second best, that's fine. We'll take the silver medal.
We do.
That is a hit, Sean. Let me just get all these dice.
I can't take your dice seriously because they look like cotton candy.
How sweet are these?
15 damage to you, my dude. And disadvantage on your next saving throws until the end of your turn. But it does swing this dagger again and gets you again.
You got advantage, though.
Oh,
Just in
right.
case.
Just in case I get that crit again.
Yeah.
Y'all
I do
need to
not.
spend these so we can give them.
I did.
18,
Oh, you spent yours?
20. So you'll take 16 more.
Only one of
Okay,
each.
I was like, what?
Did you get that? 16
I'm
more?
sorry, 16 more, you said. Ooh, yeah, Kotha looking pretty
Kothai doing pretty
now.
good? Okay, we got another stabby boy.
Allow me to retort.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Allow me to retort.
Well, would you kindly?
That one
That's a
looks
hit.
like it fell on a weird, but that's okay.
Take it. Yeah, that's 21 damage, my dude.
Okay. It's like and again it's like stitching itself back together with shadow. Not looking fantastic though. Lydia, this one over there tries to stab at thee.
No.
Misses. Tries to stab at thee. Misses.
Nah.
Believe that? You're leaning into it with
I'm
your shield.
protected by the love of Annalore.
Just bang, bang, blocking its hits.
Old news.
Okay. That is it for them. Innes, it is your turn now.
Wonderful. That guy in front of me, I'm gonna
Which guy in front of you? Stabby or Slashy?
stabby. I'm gonna.
Wait, that's slashy, these are stabby.
Oh my gosh.
So which ones?
Which ones are doing more damage?
They're both doing a pretty good amount of damage.
Whatever. Okay, so stabby.
Okay.
Stabby.
Stabby.
Yeah.
Fat boy.
Yeah, fat boy.
and
Fat Boy Slim.
Fat boy slim.
Fat boy and Flynn.
He's not fat, he's thick.
Fat boy stabs.
Body
Fat Boy
positive.
Stabbies.
Okay, so I'm gonna take out Flame Tongue, bonus action ignite it,
Yeah.
and now I'm going to attack.
Oh!
But it's +9.
It's Spin. You got an inspo over there.
7
Spend your
plus 9
inspo.
won't do it.
Oh, is that not?
that's a one.
That's a
one of these. I
1.
didn't use it
Yeah.
yet.
Okay. I will use mine.
That is yours.
I didn't see it.
Spin that inspo.
Spin that inspo.
Inspo.
Inspo, spin
The
down.
reds,
Nice.
Yeah, you can.
Well, you did
If
improve,
somebody doesn't
but
have
unfortunately
a
that is a
you can
miss.
give that.
So
to
11's
Steven
not
and
gonna
trade
do
it.
it?
You swing down on it and kind
Oh,
of
okay.
You mean, like,
blocks
give
the
it to
shot.
them. They can't use it on that
My
turn,
hair's
but
getting
whatever.
everywhere.
Anything else?
Screaming infidelities. What?
Okay, it is Stabby Boy's turn. Sean, first Stabby Boy stabs at thee. Gets
Ooh.
you.
I did forget to use my bonus action, and I'm really sorry.
You bonus action lit the.
Oh, that's right.
You went lit.
You
AF.
lit it AF.
I did go lit AF.
Lit and fire.
Be 18 points of damage.
My sword got lit and fun.
Swings again at you, Sean. Got you again.
Oh wait, Waylon's calling.
The exact same thing again.
And that was. Remind me what it was. 17.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
Sorry,
16 or 17.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. Sorry, I would.
Like, Waylon's probably done at his swim meet. We can just get him over here.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I mean, he'll come dressed like old Greg.
No.
He will come
Not
dressed like
invited.
old Greg.
allowed back over on a dress up.
But the earnest, sincere smile when he turned around and looked like old Greg, like.
Okay. I don't know where I am. Stabby Boys.
We've been gaming
Yep,
all
that
day.
one went-
We're in our delirium.
We're in silly delirium from gaming all day. That's right. Stabby Boy behind you, Innis, tries to stab at thee. You're a 21?
21.
God, why did I let you get such cool gear? Nope. I mean, you guys see Innis now. She's fighting with the grace. Not even paying attention as I'm describing how cool you are. You're swinging this flaming sword, fighting with sheer grace, just knocking the hit away, blocking their attacks, swinging around with your shield. Like, you have not lost the
She's
martial
fighting
prowess.
like the dress she's wearing actually fits her.
Hollywood.
This one comes to stab at thee.
Hi.
Great. Really cool. Oh my god!
I didn't even have to cast a shield spell.
You're just standing there like, nope, not there either. Angara, it's your turn.
I will use a bonus action to summon a 3rd level Shadow Blade.
Nice.
And I will use the attack action to attack twice. I'm
Okay.
gonna use my samurai, like, to give myself advantage on these 2 attacks. I can
Sweet.
do this a couple times a day. First one. I think that hits.
That is a definite hit, yes.
And the second one, that also will hit, I'm sure.
Yes, both of those are hits.
I have to just peek at the spell real quick, but the first one's
2d6 or 2d8?
I cast it up 1 level,
Yeah,
so it's going to be 3d8
You're right.
plus my spell cast. No. Plus my strength, because it's a weapon, so 10.
But I think it also has finesse if you're higher dex, if you want it to be.
I just don't have
Yeah.
But that's 10, 17, 18, 19, 20, plus
Okay.
this is a sneak attack. Because I have advantage.
Oh, damn, that's
God,
true.
this multi-class is nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize how. I have a lot of options,
Yeah,
but
that's pretty cool. That's,
So
I
20
didn't think about that. 'Cause, yeah, you got
She's like
advantage.
3 levels into everything.
29.
Okay, so real quick though,
Yeah.
that killed him.
Oh, just the one hit
He
killed
was
him.
pretty wrecked. so
Maybe
you
I should have just not attacked.
No, it's
twice.
okay because you
Yeah.
you still did the attack action. So
Yeah.
you just slash across it, and again it just fades into this shadow. And you sort of walk through the wisps of smoke
Damn it. Can
as
I-
it fades. Yeah, you can go attack
Can I actually
that guy.
attack him then? So I'll
course,
jump
of course.
forward and do my advantage attack on him. I think that hits.
That is a definite hit. Yields.
And that's gonna be another 19 force damage.
Okay.
Does she have all of her multi-classes on her nameplate?
No,
so people
I
are just
put,
not like,
I put
what
multi.
the fuck is she
I was
doing?
like, I can't. I just put multi, but it's on the
There's
card.
just a lot of
Oh.
neat.
Player
I didn't
card.
realize how integrated this.
You're going like
I was not
AD&D
planning it
style.
that hard,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there's just some fun stuff to do.
That's
But
pretty good.
I've never multi-classed and now I want to.
Yeah, it's fun.
I only
I've done it
did
a couple
with
times.
Morthos?
with Van Richten.
Oh, right.
Just to try to make Van Richten
I want to be Conan the Barbarian, but a sorcerer instead of a barbarian.
All right, I will attack this fat boy stab. Yep. I'll savage attack that one.
Okay.
Okay, that is 16 damage.
Still up, but looking rough.
Okay.
Also a hit.
16 again.
Yeah.
How does he die? How does Fat Boy Stabbington go down?
I think Kothai just kind of cuts upward and then turns as it kind of turns into smoke behind him as he turns to the other one. Just, I'll use a bonus action to drink a healing potion.
Okay. Good.
Do
Good
we
call.
have those?
Yeah, you got two.
Yeah. Kothai plays PlayStation.
What?
Okay.
He's having a
Nithbis, it is your turn.
Oh,
I just saw it.
Your
my turn? Mm-hmm. I move my whirlwind right over here.
Oh, yeah.
Duck save.
Whirlwind OP, please nerf. He actually passes, but he
No,
still takes some damage, right?
I'm going to use my luck stone and have you reroll that.
Fails.
Right.
Cool.
Punk ass. You little shadow man.
Get your stabby punk ass in the whirlwind.
So that was what, 10?
Yep.
Like when you do your witch humming when you collect your dice.
It's like me looking through my pockets for my little bones and things. Ooh. What's 6 times 3? 12?
18.
Oh yeah, that's definitely it.
But you have another 6 too.
6 times 4?
Actually, not that one.
24. 25, 38,
42.
42.
He would take half that, but you also can keep moving your whirlwind, so you can go slurp up the other one. So what we're gonna do at this point is assume that you guys crush us. Nithbis is standing there, just like eyes rolling in her head. This whirlwind just slurping them all up, and they're just spinning around. And she you guys.
I'm
like,
moving my little bones in my
yeah.
hand.
Oh yeah. You're kind of controlling it with a bone. Oh, that's perfect.
It's like a joystick.
Yeah. It's a finger bone that's twitching a little bit. Bone station.
Bone station.
Bone station.
Bone station. We're never gonna say that again.
Down now.
That dies
I'll meet you at
tonight.
the bone station. They all get slurped up in the whirlwind, and I think even Nithbis kind of times it, and you guys just baseball them. Just slash them across.
Slash them, smash them, crash them.
Yep. Slash them, smash them, boil them in a stew. You completely cut all of them to pieces, and nothing is left to show the passage of your battle because they completely dissipate into shadow. There we go. You all have a moment to yourselves now.
It's terrible.
Kothai, are you okay?
Kothai would actually lean on the sword a bit. They were far harder and more difficult than I thought. I mean, I imagined even though he withstands the damage, he's just cut to shit.
Yeah.
Still.
He's pretty wrecked.
I'm back. I would like a moment to catch my breath.
I'm gonna do a 4th level healing word on him.
Okay.
And because I'm 17th level, that will be max. Plus, you will do 2 plus 4 for the spells level.
Wait, so
And then plus 4 for my wisdom.
wait, what's the
So
total on that?
4d4.
Okay.
So that's 8 plus. No, you don't even roll them.
Oh, you don't
can
even
max.
roll it. Oh, might be.
Oh,
I wasn't
yeah.
understanding.
Supreme healer.
Supreme.
All right, so
4d4, that's 16.
that's 16 plus
Plus 4 for my wisdom.
20.
20,
And then you get 2 plus the spells level, so another 6.
26.
It's a level 1. Oh, you cast it at level 4.
third.
Yep, got it.
And then I also get 6 from it.
Nice.
Cool.
I don't even roll dice for healing spells anymore. It's so fun.
Pretty cool.
You're just like,
You good?
All right, you all take a moment to yourselves. It's been a while.
I'm gonna take a short rest while we're
Take
doing
a
it.
short rest. Please hit dice.
You are all formidable.
I saw your lightning. It was impressive. Our friend the seer could cast lightning. Kind of like that.
It is a useful tool. Pretty much out of spells. I've overtapped my sorcery that is inherent in me.
Good. I mean,
The DM is happy.
If these were just foot soldiers, something very dark is here.
Yes.
I feel this is just the beginning. And I fear this is just the beginning.
Do you think they were what hurt those wizards?
Yes.
At least partly.
I fear to go through those doors now. I was more confident earlier.
What do you think we should do?
I can return us to Waterdeep if we should need to.
As can I.
We have to go through the doors either way. We must see what's on the other side, and if evil is spreading, we must stamp it out as we have done many times before.
We're the only ones in Waterdeep who can do this.
Or most anywhere, probably.
Yes.
East on the Sword Coast.
Well, let's go.
Okay. I want to just roll some dice here.
I'm gonna throw out my stone of protection.
okay. Orbits.
Let's see what.
so get some stuff back.
Let's see what I'm down first. Then I can make the full.
I might as well just do my one more and get another.
Nope. Guess you did one of these a little long, but I learned, and we won't do it again really next
It's
time.
okay.
Ooh, cheater. I know.
Ooh,
I have
shame.
too many options. Too many options.
It's not a game I cast on Mac until you
Yeah.
accidentally cheat
Yep.
and then tattle on yourself.
I totally accidentally cheated.
It's okay. We all do.
I also forgot some
I never
damage dice
do.
once, though, so I feel it's fair. It's balanced.
Yeah.
I never cheat, and I never would.
Yeah, let's take a quick break,
before
guys.
we head
We'll be
through the
back.
mountain door.
We'll be back as we head through the mountain door. BRB, everybody.
Hey y'all, we're back with another installment of Maclore 1997.
Forget.
That's the title. And today we're going to talk about today. Like you're watching this multiple days. This is a disaster. But we're going to keep rolling because that's how we do. Going to talk about our Princes of the Apocalypse campaign. And if you're watching this on YouTube or catching up, Princes of the Apocalypse rolls into Castle Mac versus Elemental Evil because my man killed us all. Party wipe. It was great.
They killed
I loved it.
themselves.
Yeah, we kind of did. I mean, if you watch it, there were some points that you were like, no, we could have saved it. Why don't you give us a setup? For
Okay,
Princes of the
so
Apocalypse?
Princes of the Apocalypse, the kind of the newly published remake of Temple of Elemental Evil. It started out again. We had maybe it takes place after our original campaign, Horde of the Dragon Queen, about a year and a half difference. Actually, no, I think it was about 2 years at this point. Year and a half.
Yeah,
to
it was
two.
about a year and a half.
Year and a half to two. So the Sword Coast is fairly devastated.
Right.
But adventurers were needed, and so we had the lovely characters. I'll start with this, and then Stephen can say the other one. So his character of Broderick Reinwald, an old non-commissioned officer who was a bard, but had no vicious mockery or anything like that. That was far past his prime and looking for a good time to die. Had lived his life with his family and needed a bit to lead the other two a bit.
Yeah, he was a fun character. And then, of course, Andrew played Heinrich, who was a cleric / potentially avatar of Tempest, which was a lot of fun to explore.
He was
that.
the son of Tempest.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Lydia came in and played Adara, who was a fire genasi. Didn't get to explore a lot of her story because we all died. And then our friend Jeff played for a little while there at the beginning as, oh gosh, I get the two of them. Yeah, Nos, because Null was Andrew.
Yeah.
Anyways. And he was like an assassin wizard, had been trained to be this assassin and had kind of broken away from it. So anyway, so that campaign, like Sean said, was a year and a half after the rise of Tiamat, and I think in our kind of head, it was a lot of the scattered cultists
That was
looking for a cause.
The question, like arcane knowledge, they were part of a cult that clearly got destroyed, and I think the prophets of elemental evil
Coffee grindage.
Yeah.
You guys getting the coffee grindage?
were
That's canon.
recruiting. But the big thing, they saved a small town called Red Larch.
Yep.
They went into the ruins of Tyar Basil, which was this dwarven city, and then something beneath it, the Fane of the Eye.
Mm-hmm.
The characters fought a number of dungeons throughout there. They were able to get one of the elemental weapons, the
Yep.
legendary, and they ended up calling Nithbis's help when Adara didn't want to give it up, kind of Lord of the Rings style.
Yeah. Windbane, right? Is that the one?
That was the one.
Yeah.
So Nithbis suddenly became aware of the full situation, and when they did not make it out of one of the dungeons at all, that's when the kind of original high-level heroes
Right.
decided to step in.
Right. So we kind of use that just as an opportunity to revisit our OG characters, those same characters we've been talking about, Ennis, Nithbis, Kothai. Really, those three kind of came back, along with young Wayland, who had everything all right up there, who had just returned from Barovia. We're gonna keep rolling. You
Yeah,
guys get this raw.
This is it.
Monday
It's the
Night
castle.
Raw. So the four of them descended into the Fane, having, Nithbis realizing how important it was. And they got there, and, I'll just say, knowing that Waterdeep was right around the corner. We had like 3 sessions, I think, until Waterdeep was in our hands. I knew I wanted to wrap it up relatively quickly to at least kind of finish off the story. I'll let you run that to the end there.
So Steven had a genius idea. So, 1, to save time, and 2, the OGs are those characters going through each of those dungeons. Those dungeons are very elaborate, so anybody who wants to do a lot of complex dungeons, that's the one for you.
There's some really cool ideas in there.
They're
so,
dope.
Yeah, and we didn't spoil much of it.
Yep, we missed a lot of it. So as the heroes descended, they come across the remaining prophets and think this ritual's about to start. To the prophet's surprise, something goes wrong. And instead, Tiamat manages to tear through and interrupt their ritual to come back. This time, far stronger than last time. The heroes take a beating. They give as much as they get to Tiamat, realizing that it is
They're not going to win.
is dire.
Maybe. I think they had it still, but anyways.
If I had it.
No, y'all were good.
Wayland decides to call in the help of a legendary wizard who appears, is frightened, and manages to use a high-level disintegration spell to push back Tiamat again. So the elemental cults essentially were dealt with and undone, frankly, more by Tiamat.
Right.
And Tiamat was pushed back again. But as of now, the original heroes are kind of scattered. Nithbis is spending all of her resources trying to figure out how to stop Tiamat.
Right, very focused on that, kind of almost singularly.
Ennis is still helping, still being the matron of the church and, lending any support she can to those who've been wounded. Wayland, through the Mac Marches, is setting up a castle now.
Yep.
Kothai is wandering as he always does and making sure that the Skyreach is completed. The
Yeah.
rebuilt Skyreach.
I think that kind of wraps up the Mac lore in the briefest terms that we can give it. So, a quick high-level timeline, right?
Yep.
Tyranny of Dragons in Mac lore was 3 years ago. From where we're at right now, we're recording this video as of we just recorded Waterdeep Dragon Heist Episode 7. That's the current state of the art, if you will. That's the current timeline. So minus 3 years is the start of the Tyranny of Dragons campaign, and that lasted about 6 months of game time, given all the travel and the caravan time. About 6 months, maybe a little shorter, but we'll call it 6 months. After that, about 1.5 years passed until Princes of the Apocalypse and Strahd took place sort of in a little window. There was one little crossover. I think in Prince of the Apocalypse, or no, in Strahd, you guys saw the tree and got a glimpse of the heroes from Prince of the Apocalypse because it was looking into different realms.
That's right.
Strahd's worth watching if you guys want. I think it was pretty awesome. They're all worth watching if you got time. And then Princes lasted maybe 2 months in game time, something like that. And then we kind of jumped ahead to more or less where we're at right now with Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So about 3 years after that war, which again kind of devastated the Sword Coast in our world. You know, as we kind of were thinking about it, it's not really spoken so much in the book, but the metallic dragons say we want half of that hoard, and that hoard represented a massive amount of theft.
The entire fortune of the Sword Coast.
Right.
So
yeah, so we decided, hey, that would be hard to recover from. So they're getting there now, but that's informed a lot of the situation on the Sword Coast and has left a little bit of a power vacuum for someone willing to unite people.
correct. Charismatic leader.
Mm-hmm. With the powers of the dark gods of a dark pantheon that's been long forgotten.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. We got anything else we want to add? Anything else that's worth noting?
We'll do another video if we
cool.
think we need to add more.
All right, this was fun. I hope this was helpful. Hope this provided some context for you guys. It's been fun to kind of revisit it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thanks, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Thank you for sticking it out with us for this episode. This is something we're trying out. We're going to have some videos to play during the breaks where we are going to discuss some Castle Mac lore. We make a lot of references to it in our former games, and we've had a lot of people kind of ask us for a little bit of context. So this first video, we're going to talk about the first campaign we ever played, which was the Tyranny of Dragons campaign. A lot of those characters get referenced all the time in what we call the Mac-Gotten realms, sort of our world. Sean, you wanna tell us who was playing who and kind of what we were up to?
This is a good one to reference. It's not on stream. It's the biggest kind of epic event that's taken place that has now shaped our version of the Sword Coast. So player-wise, we had Lydia, Raven, myself, and we had our friend Jeff playing. Those were the players. Steven was the DM.
Mm-hmm.
It quickly started. We had a tiefling druid played by who is Nithbis, played by Raven.
So you hear Nithbis referenced a lot throughout our other games. She currently, as of today when we're recording it, we're on episode 7 of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. She runs, essentially established a town called Golden Leaf just outside of Neverwinter that kind of caters to adventurers. After seeing what adventurers were able to do for the world, she kind of fosters that. So she's referenced quite a bit, and she's sort of leading the...
Hey everyone, we're back! Thank you all for sticking it out for this, our Extra Life gaming weekend. This will probably be the closing bits here. We've got maybe just a little more in the story left. We're so happy to be joined by Kelsey, the head arcanist of the Arcane Library. Thank you for coming down. It's been awesome.
It has
Thank
been
you.
dope.
You guys are the best.
You guys have made the costumes look absolutely incredible. Nithbis is insane. Innes, you look fantastic. The makeup on you guys is absolutely wonderful. This is really cool.
Thank you, Witch.
Thank you.
Witch, please. Okay, do you all open the mountain doors?
We do.
Before you, 2 doors made of ice with a carving of a mountain in it. Strange. Looks new, doesn't look ancient, made of ice, slightly melted from the heat that's been brought in. The features, the sharp relief of the mountain has just become a little bit softer as the ice has softened somewhat.
Isn't it weird that a lot of the other planes have been thin? Tiamat broke through again. Svalvar came with Esme. Like, it's happening a lot lately.
I suppose after the initial
I don't think it's that the planes are getting thinner. I just think that others are getting stronger. And it's understood more. It's been studied how to cross them.
And after Tiamat attempted to break through, it probably left the membrane between the planes weakened a little bit.
I think so. I think the multiverse has been weakened by powerful events lately.
Also, you're a powerful person, so these things happen to you. Just like at the opera. You know, those things happen to us. And seeing the planes so thin is something that we would see, but the nobles of Waterdeep wouldn't.
The giants say when you grow to a certain size and your might gains, you ring a bell. And once you ring a bell, it cannot be unrung. And everything comes to you.
I took a screenshot. Sorry. I didn't know my sound was on. I had to take a screenshot of you guys. Sorry, that was so weird. I just took a screenshot. I wasn't like taking a picture of myself. I just took a screenshot.
So embarrassing.
You're like on chat roulette right now.
I'm like, oh, we're playing D&D.
Oh, yeah, you guys want my belly button?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Oh my god, no. I don't like it.
I forgot about chat roulette.
I'm sorry I ruined that awesome moment. Go, please. Please.
No, no, you can't ring that bell.
What was that foreign noise?
You ring a bell and it can't be unrung. All these paparazzi always following us around now.
Paparazzi.
Back.
I'm terrified to walk into this room. But I am more terrified not to.
I think that I've seen so many things I've stopped being afraid.
Oh, I'm afraid every time. But being afraid, it's okay, because that's what makes us brave.
Yes.
Well, who opens it?
I will open it. If it opens.
It does. No, it doesn't. You push them open, and they actually open with ease. Doesn't take a whole lot of strength, and you can see another just long ice-filled hallway. Blues, brilliant blues reflecting off your light sources, almost seems to ebb with its own light just underneath the surface of the ice, as if there were like LEDs hidden in the ice, glowing. These glowing sounds, you can hear the ringing of crystal, that kind of crystalline, just kind of weird harmonies going on. Around you, the air is just crisp and ice cold. Almost feels like the air could freeze to your face if given the opportunity. But as soon as the door opens, you hear a voice, and when it speaks, you see these flashes, these images that appear through the ice that almost look vaguely humanoid, almost like a face trying to appear, but they're zipping past you in the ice somewhat quickly in the direction you're heading down. And the voice says, "The champion said you'd be coming. But I was prepared." Kind of echoes. Delbon, star of ice and hate, is free once again. You cannot stop me.
Well, Delbon, I am Kothai, Brimskier, Beastbearer, and I have heard other things say that, and they continue to be defeated.
The champion told me all about you, Kothai. Told me your weaknesses.
Well, weaknesses or not, our combined strength will banish you again. For my deficiencies are made up in my friends, and theirs in mine.
You're continuing down the hall.
Yeah.
The shadows just continue kind of almost swooping underneath the ice as if it were liquid. Just almost like they're trying to take shape, similar to what you saw before. But Delbon is eternal, and none of you are. Delbon has waited long, imprisoned, waiting. I will continue to wait if I have to.
Well, then wait you may in your prison, away from this place.
Your lives pass in the blink of an eye. Come, keep walking.
I'll walk with you.
Okay, we'll walk together. Specia Anglat. Do you know this god?
No.
Okay.
You all continue forward for some time, continuing to see these flashes of dark just swimming by you, and eventually you can see that the cave opens to a large chamber, and you walk in, and at the mouth of this chamber you can see, first of all, it's pretty vast, and there's sort of an island, more like a plateau in the middle of it. And in the center of this plateau, you can see this mound of ice. It rises about 10 feet. And in the center of that, you see a strange, smooth, shiny, black, but organic... it's hard to describe. You almost see like limbs almost interlocked, maybe wings, things interlocking, like they're covering something, and they slightly twitch. And when they do, you can occasionally see this orange-yellow light beaming from between it, and they seem to like try to cover it up. Like they're trying to cover it up with their body. As you enter, you can hear the sounds echoing, the crystalline cracks of ice, just echoing all throughout. It goes on almost farther than you can see, but you can tell just kind of by the echo and the sounds that you're in a massive cavern at the heart of this mountain. And again, there's this sort of plateau that is about 150 feet by 150 feet with this sort of central ice mound in the middle.
And it's all cold and freezing.
Very
and icy.
cold. Freezing, icy, 100%.
And there's no plant life.
Not a speck of plant life. And as you all walk to about there.
We're in like a cave type.
Yeah, essentially. A huge chamber. As you all enter, unfolding those shapes, those shiny black, almost wet, maybe slimy even, they sort of unfurl from around this, and you can now see this amber rock, and inside it wisps of shadow sort of bouncing around. And there are three figures, and as they turn, you can see their arms are they're vaguely humanoid, but they've got unnaturally long arms. Like their arms are like almost like the stands that we use to hold this up, like a long tripod. They reach 15 feet, and they get incredibly thin. Pole thin until the end when they open up into a wide humanoid palm. And they sort of reach down and reach 15 feet to sort of pull themselves along, almost like a huge spider. But their back legs are very human, except they're taller. They're maybe 10 feet tall, and they have the additional joint that dogs have. Like, their ankle would be pulled up. But their faces look incredibly humanoid, devoid of life. They appear dead and rotten. But the worst part is, for you specifically, as you look, they have these jutting open rib cages, and inside them you see rotted, fetid bodies of dwarves in all three of them, clearly just absorbed body decayed and melded like it's being absorbed by this creature. And the three of them spread out, these humanoid hands spreading out on the ice, supporting their wide, low bodies as they creep off of this amber. We're just going to use these guys to represent them for no reason, just in case.
So they're like crawling corpses.
Yeah, something
They're
like
like
that.
Slender Man, but dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like that.
yeah.
Like big old hollowed out mazes with dwarves inside.
Yeah, basically. And the dwarves clearly look like they were in pain, just like screaming, but I mean, they're rotted now and being absorbed into the body. And they sort of spread, and as they spread out, they chitter at each other. They kind of lift their head up, like, and they're like, and it sort of bounces off the glass, and they're like listening for the effect. Meanwhile, in this amber, there's this glowing shadow.
May adjust.
Go ahead and adjust. And within this glowing shadow, you start to see a form, and it emanates out the top of it. And the form slowly takes shape, and this tall humanoid takes shape, maybe 20 feet tall, and it sort of bends down. It's got these long limbs. I have a picture of it if you'd like to see what this guy looks like. And as it bends down, these wisps of smoke coming off it, these blue eyes open up like spider eyes, and these long horns come out from behind it, and it lets out a sigh. And it looks at its fingers. This is what it looks like.
Ooh.
Is that like a little adventure next
It's a
to
little
it?
adventure next to it. There you go, folks at home. Y'all know.
Yep.
Y'all know.
Abominations.
Oh my god, did you paint a model for it?
No,
Oh.
I did not.
Quite
It's close,
the
isn't it?
process.
Handy.
And it looks up at you, and it's like, you will now die to be absorbed by my pets. You guys want to roll initiative? You ready to roll some initiative? Roll some initiative.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. Hey, I would like to inspire Kothai.
I would also like to inspire Ennis.
Y'all are cute.
I want to
Ooh, I
inspire
can inspire
him.
someone who hasn't been inspired.
Yeah,
We're all
got
good
it, so hold
now.
on
Okay,
to it
hold
so
on
you
to it.
see
We've got to
somebody
spend
it.
ours.
Can it handle some blues though? I want to inspire Kothai for being my best friend through all of this.
Oh, okay.
Next to
Ooh.
this.
Yeah, next to Nithbis. Nithbis Kothai.
No, equal.
Equal.
Uh-huh.
We were all there, and then you're next because we just met you.
That's fair. No, it's totally fair. Totally fair.
Okay, we'll save the best friend debates for later, because they'll be vicious. Where'd you land, Nithbis?
4.
Nice. Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and take care of that.
Back to Nithbis.
Yep, standard Nithbis. Innis.
6.
Wow. Yeah, it's like that. Kothai.
13.
Okay. And Ingara.
15.
Okay, then this is how it shakes out. Except, on the initiative count of 20, you all hear this, like this ringing. Again, that crystalline sound, almost like running your finger along a crystal goblet, and then you hear a deep crack from within the plateau you're standing on. You feel it in your feet. Lydia, can you roll me a d12, please? Sean, can you also roll me a d12?
I got a 10.
I got a 12.
Okay. All the way down to that 12 and back, if you would please. The ice cracks perfect right across there, and you just hear it kind of fall away inside, and there's this massive yawning chasm below it as ice tumbles into the infinite below. Ingara, it is your turn.
I will step forward.
Feel free to adjust the camera if you want to, Sean.
Gotcha.
And just testing the waters, I'm gonna just throw a fireball like right here.
Okay, pretty sweet. I think that'll be pretty solid.
So this is just gonna be DC 18 dex saves.
Okay. DC 18 dex saves, and it's hitting. Presumably it's a 2 in the middle.
I think it's gonna hit.
You can land it kind of here, so it gets the 3
Yeah.
of them. Okay, here are for the 2 long, spindly, like spider legs with human hands at the end. Here's their saves.
Oh yeah, do it up.
What am I trying to beat?
18?
Okay. Well, they both fail. And here's for the god. Also fails. All failed.
Oh, yeah! So that's gonna be, 8, 12, 16, 21, 24, 26, 28. That was hard. Math is hard. It's late. So 28 fire damage.
Okay, as it hits, they kind of just keep crawling, and you can almost see the slime sheen on their skin. Seems to have kept the fire from really catching on them. It looks like they get singed a little bit, but they don't seem as phased as you might expect from a fire spell.
Well, we learned something.
Kothai, it's your turn, my dude.
Let me just look this item that I have up real fast. I have it right here because it's does a thing.
By the way, Torte, thank you so much. Those are some very kind things. Really appreciate that.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that right. Actually, no, I am gonna do that. I'm gonna step right here. Sorry. And I'm gonna pull out my javelin of lightning,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna hurl it. But it does make lightning in a straight line, so I'm gonna hurl it at
yeah.
that one. And then I need. So it'll do regular. So it'll do 4d6 to both of those in a line. I need dexterity saving throws.
From both of them?
Yeah, first I gotta make the attack roll, actually. Which I think should hit.
Okay, so here's for the dude in front.
Yeah, which a bonus action raged.
Okay, failed. The creature in back also failed.
Okay, so let me do this a bit separately. Well, no, I can do it easily. So this will be the lightning damage, and then I'm gonna roll an extra one for the
Okay.
piercing for the last. Okay, so 12, 17, that's 23 lightning damage. And then that one back there will also take 16 piercing.
Okay, and that was lightning. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Okay, the creature in the back, it's just standing 20 feet tall, like looking down at you, and you kind of throw it up at an angle, and it hits, and it is like, and it kind of crouches down and just looks like it's like getting comfortable with its own skin. The creature in front of it is still just sort of seemingly unfazed as it continues to reach these fingers forward as it continues crawling towards you.
Well, that one in the front, though, I'll pull just a regular javelin and hurl a regular
Stabby with that jabby.
Wait, so did it seem like the lightning damage?
Seemed like it hurt it, but not it so much.
Okay.
I'm probably going to let that ride, but let me tell you what it is. Does a 13 hit that one?
No, it does not.
That's fine. I'm letting it go.
Okay.
I need to go.
Okay.
I need it to be my turn, so hurry up.
All right. That creature of smoke and shadow sort of looks forward and as these wings push out and they flap and it soars into the air. In fact, it is flying right now. If only we had like flying stands, that'd be really cool. I don't know if it's even gonna hold it.
What about...
Ooh.
There we go.
Okay.
Magical.
It flies up in the air, looks down at you, Kothai, and its claws just, and it reaches this long claw down at you. You did reckless. What's your armor class?
18.
Oh yeah, I definitely gotcha. Take 13 damage, and I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I got a 23.
Okay, you're good.
And
you're good.
that was 13 damage, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
And then it raises its other hand at you, Kothai, and you just start to hear, like, you sort of stare at it, its eyes glow brighter, and you hear these whispers, just a language you can't understand in your head, and it just sounds terrible and dark and heavy. And I need you to make me a wisdom save, my dude.
Is it a spell by chance?
It is not a spell,
Okay,
no.
got it. Wisdom save?
Mm-hmm.
Failed.
Okay.
I bet that's psychic damage, huh?
That is psychic damage. Further, you are frightened of it, and while frightened, and you can see it, you are paralyzed. You're just like, no, and you just get these flashes in your head of Uldaveld and it walking through Uldaveld, like picking up giants and just like slurping their life out from their face and casting them down, looking down at you, sees like animals and just with one fell swoop deforests the entire region. But you can hear them all screaming for you, Kothai. And you all see Kothai holding his sword, drops to one knee, and Retorter drops down, and he's staring at it, going, no. Innes, that'll be your
How
turn.
much damage was that? Though?
Oh, shit, did I pick it up before I totaled it? No, let me just roll it again. Sorry. Well, I think I rolled more the first time, so you lucked out. 13. 13 psychic damage. Okay, Innes, it's your turn.
Wonderful. I would like to cast Holy Aura, which is a spell I've never cast before.
Mm-hmm.
Divine light washes out from me and coalesces in a soft radiance in a 30-foot radius around me. So move me up a little. So everybody that I choose in that radius sheds a dim light for another 5 feet. You have advantage on all saving throws, and other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against us when we are in there.
Damn, girl.
Yes.
That sounds pretty
In
good.
addition, is that a fiend?
No, actually.
Is it an undead?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if it hits an affected creature with a melee attack, the aura flashes a brilliant light and the attacker must succeed on a constitution save or be blinded until the spell ends.
Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good, yeah. Nice.
And God is like, well done.
Congratulations on
I've
your
been wanting to
spell.
cast that.
Congratulations on your spell. I really like it. Okay. It just effortlessly climbs across this, reaches this long arm and sort of hops its like back end across it, sort of pulling itself forward. In fact, it seems to take its time and kind of crawls over that way. That one does something similar, kind of across.
Just
Yeah, it's doing a dash basically
Gotcha.
to get across this newfound chasm. And this guy, it comes right to there, Kothai, and both of you. I'm going to use this to mark it. Ingara and Kothai, both of you see it sort of puts both hands on the ground and it's like, and you start to see this like black smoke pour from the visible orifices of the dwarf that it is holding, and they sort of hit the ground and spill out and start twisting around your feet.
The fuck?
Gross.
Yep. And I need both of you to make me Constitution saving throws
With advantage.
with advantage.
I got a 20.
That sounds good.
20 is pretty good.
I got a 18.
Okay, well, congratulations. Both of you did pass. But you'll still take...
Holy shit!
What? Just trying to do all this math. So each of you will take 29 damage. Sean, you'll half that again.
Got it.
So 29 necrotic damage as it hits your legs, and you sort of look down at it, and it immediately starts stinging. Like, ow, 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 and it sort of like you feel this burning, rotting moving up your legs.
Ugh.
Okie dokie, Nuthbus.
About to skip my turn.
I was not about to skip your turn. I got you.
Where's your figures?
What you looking
Like the
for?
big ones.
Kind of all over. What do you look for? I can help you. Okay. Yeah, I got you on that. I got you on that. You're good to do that?
Yeah.
It's not beast only. It's a different thing that lets you
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, shit.
I remember. I remember. Here you go.
Thanks.
MBD.
Draggy.
It be the
Shape change into a blue dragon.
Oh, wow.
I just let out this loud roar.
So I think the change is my full action. I don't get to
I think you're right,
attack.
because it's, yeah, yep. Okay, Ingara, it's your turn.
I will use a bonus action to cast Shadow Blade at 3rd level.
Mm-hmm.
And I will step forward. Sorry, are you here?
Yep.
There? Here? I look with appreciation over my shoulder. The blue dragon is my counter type.
That's right, yep.
Friends forever.
Good.
BFFs,
And I'm going to
BDFs, best dragon friends.
Oh my god.
exactly. I'm gonna make 2 attacks. I actually can't use the samurai thing since it's also a bonus action. So, yeah. So this one probably doesn't hit.
That is a miss, but the other one is a hit.
So this guy's gonna take. Where are you, other D8? Did I? No. So 6, so 14, 15, 16, so 17 force damage.
Okay.
And then I will disengage and step back.
Okay. Sounds good. Anything else?
Oh wait, can I do that? Nope, I can't do that. Sorry.
Oh,
Too many
yeah, 'cause
bonus
you can't-
actions.
Can't bonus action
many.
all them bonus actions.
But that's it for me. Stab into its leg with this blade.
Okay.
Look up at it like.
So, Sean, you're frozen until the end of the boss's next turn.
And
no
no
saves.
save, I'm just
No,
frozen.
You're just no. Your eyes, like you look down as you feel this like mist working its way out. Okay. Well, hey, it is the boss's turn. You will become de-immobilized at the end of your turn.
At the end of its turn.
At the end of its turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if it recharges.
It do.
Oh snap!
It's kind of ugly, though. Kind of ugly. It reaches down and slashes at you, Kothai. It gets advantage, but disadvantage, right? Your holy aura gives disadvantage on attacks, so it's attacking regular lack.
How like?
Regular lack.
Got me.
Okay, that is a hit, and let's see. It is an auto crit because you are in fact paralyzed.
That's right.
You're in pearlization.
Yep.
Paralyzed.
I am in Pearl.
Oh
I need to roll 2 more. Okay, that seems fine. Let's see. There's 10, 18, 21, 27, 31, 35, 40, 48, 49, and 6 makes 55, so halved is 27 damage, sir.
Can I please have him make me a con save?
Yeah, or else he's blinded, right?
With me.
He definitely passes.
How do you know?
But there's like
Can
this,
you re-roll it?
this blast of light.
Can you re-roll it?
I will re-roll it if you'd like me to. Yes.
do it.
Re-roll it.
Passes.
Damn.
Thank you all for the divine inspiration. With that having been recharged, it points a hand at you, Angara. I need you to make me a wisdom save. You do get to roll with advantage while you are... Oh, no, hold on. No, it does not hit you, Angara. It hits you, Ennis. Wisdom save, you do get advantage on it. It's not each other creature, right? It's each creature in the aura?
Mm-hmm.
Each creature.
So I get advantage.
You do.
Cool. I have a plus 10, so.
Oh, yeah. You hear it like just whispering in your mind, and you're like, no, man.
Nah, bitch.
No, not gonna happen.
No, bitch.
And it is your turn, Ennis.
Perfect.
And Kothai, you're finally like, it pulls back out of your brain.
Can I have this guy over here, the lumbering man? That one?
This one?
Yeah. Can he just make me a wisdom save?
Yeah, which one is it again? I'm
This
sorry.
guy right here.
Yes. Look at it real quick, okay?
This creepy crawling
Fail.
skeleton.
Cool. So he is going to take 4d12.
Ooh. 4d12.
What'd you hit him with?
I told him.
Told.
Thought I told ya.
Was he damaged?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Boing!
12. Holy
22,
moly.
27. That is 32 damage. Not bad. What kind of damage is it?
Necrotic.
Necrotic. Okay.
Good or bad?
It kind of, its head rings a little bit, and it uses one of these long arms, and it kind of does that like animal, like kind of paw at its face a little bit. Did hurt it.
Cool. I will also use my bonus action to Healing Word Kofi.
Okay.
Max +4. So
Gotcha.
that's, you're at 8. And then plus another 3.
So 11. Thank you.
Okay. It is, in fact, their turn now. This one acts first, and it crawls on its creepy hands across the floor to about there. Coming after you, Innis. Reaches one of these long claws out and claws at you.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, I guess so. You got a big old armor class too, don't you? Miss. Slashes at you again with another claw. Miss. Ooh. And again, you hear this awful like, and this black, misty, liquid, oily mist spreads out from around it. Kothai and Innis need both of y'all to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
With advantage?
With advantage.
I got a 29. Does that do it?
I think a 29 is pretty good. Whoops, nice. You passed. You got an 18. You rolled an 18.
Yeah, I have a +7.
Each of you will take 10, 20, 38, 39, 46, 52. Each of you will take 26 points of damage. And Lydia, I need
all of us are taking 26?
Just 7.
Sorry, just the two of them. So 26, you'd have that again, down to 13.
I'm going to use Stone's Endurance right now.
And I need you to make me a difficulty 13 concentration save on your spell.
With
on
advantage.
your Holy Aura spell.
I took nothing on that.
Nice.
Constitution?
Yep.
I've got a +7.
What? What? What?
Wrong.
Lydia. What?
You're sleeping on the couch.
I thought you just flipped him off when you did the eye thing. I thought you were just like...
That's a good one. I'm using it.
Because you took that stupid, didn't you take, you became proficient in Constitution saves? What? +7 on a cleric? What? Okay. Well, that's his turn. So, this other boy here, see if he recharges his ability. Oh, he does.
And it's just like...
The other one is not charged either. It reaches this long claw and tries to slash you twice, Ingara, with disadvantage. Gotcha. Not as bad as it could have been. What is its damage again? There we go. Ooh, it's a lot. Ooh. Ooh.
Not that strong.
12, 18, 20, 26, 29, and an additional 5. That'd be 34 points of damage in total.
I would like him to make a con save.
Don't like you, Lydia.
19.
Fails.
Blinded.
Okay. Yeah, cool. It's like... tries to attack you again. Still disadvantage.
No.
What's your armor class?
Right now it's 15.
Oh yeah, he gotcha.
Shield spell?
Shield spell, you casting it?
Yes.
Okay. You... It does in fact miss you.
Ah.
Yes it does. Yes it does. I hate you, my players. You guys are... This is fun. That one sees this dragon. Hold on a second, I gotta look at this real quick. Yeah, it actually kind of like it's looking up at you, like clearly like, oh shit, but it crawls past you, in fact, to come up behind them.
Opportunity attack?
It's staying within your reach.
Okay.
It never leaves it.
So does it come within 5 feet of both of
It
us?
stays just at 10. Stays right there. Yep.
Right here.
Yep.
Right.
And it's going to make one attack on each of yous at disadvantage. This one's on Kothai. Nope. And this one is on Ngala.
Still AC 20 right now.
Yep. It misses the disadvantage. Holy aura.
Ooh.
But you all hear the... And this dwarf just... And this black mist hits the ground, this putrid mist, and just... You actually don't have to save it, but you two do need to make me a Constitution saving throw.
29 again.
20 something.
Is that it? Okay, you'll take half. Oh,
My still,
hello, traveler.
my still
That's
really hurt.
30. Oh, that's 40. 45. 54. So you each would take 27, and Kothai, you would instead take 13. So each of you take 27 damage.
Well, I'm at 19.
Ooh. You're doing pretty good, huh? No, track that for me. And with that, I'm just kidding. Nithis, you're up. Nithis.
If you attack, so
Oh, he needs to make... Oh, no, he missed with his claws. Both attacks. No con saves.
blinded means that we also get advantage to attack him.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Mhm,
Who's
sure do.
blinded?
That one.
That one? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Creepy, crawly, corpsey boy.
Just wanted to point that out.
Corpsingtons.
Corpse.
Creepy, crawly, corpse and tins.
I'm gonna use a lightning breath on this.
Just up into the air. Just
Yeah. So, dex save,
Do
please.
it. Ooh, dex save. It doesn't get any penalties to that. Just a regular old save. It
19.
fails.
So, 12d10s.
How far up is it flying?
It's only flying about 15 feet up.
Okay.
Yeah, got it. About 15 feet off the ground. With these long, spindly limbs, shadow, like, just pouring off it as if like dry ice, except black shadow.
How convenient.
mists.
You have just enough for a dragon.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like I bought
I
a
think
dragon.
we need to make concentration checks against this.
For what spell?
The Shadow Blade.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Is it like the DC that's the damage?
It's half the damage, or 10, whichever's highest.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll a few.
I trust you. Do it. Do whatever.
For the...
I took like 20,
6.
27.
It should be like DC 14.
Hell yeah,
Concept.
Dargan girl.
46
Oh, I have advantage.
plus
Holy
6.
shit, you're still
6
counting.
7, 48, 49, 50, 52. Plus 8 is 60.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's just 60 damage.
That seems pretty good. You said that's lightning?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you just... And it's just like it's wrapped up in it. It's like surrounding it. It's just like trying to like wipe the lightning off itself, and when finally it passes, it's just like it's claws are pulling in, and it looks like that really hurt.
Like it just hurt. Like ouch, that hurt, or like
Like the damage you would expect to do.
okay.
Fair.
Ingara.
Okay, I passed my concentration saves, but I
Sweet.
did have to use my inspiration to actually pass one.
Okay, sweet.
Oh, I would like to go ahead and inspire Ingara.
Here you go, Ingara.
Oh, thanks! Is anyone not inspired right now?
I'm inspired. I feel very
We're all
inspired.
We're all inspired right at the
We're
moment.
all so inspired.
But you still have one to spend, so you're able to save one of us potentially.
Yes. So I am going to make the attack action on this guy.
Which one?
The blinded dude.
Yep.
This is with advantage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Before you go, at the top of the turn, can you please roll me a d12, and you roll me a d12 as well?
Ooh, yes. 7.
Gotta get those coordinates.
Wait.
Yes, sir. And, oh, gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Where's the 7 right here? Oh, Ingara and Kothai, and also that guy.
Ooh, not good.
A huge fissure just tears through the ice, reverberates around you. Shards of ice just... I need each of you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
With advantage.
With it.
Ooh, that's good at least.
For your
I
fisherman.
got a 17.
What is my
17.
bonus? Ooh, I'm gonna use my inspiration because I did not roll that high. So do I just re-roll the whole thing with
No,
advantage
just
or just
one of them.
one? Still didn't roll that high.
Awesome.
I got an
Both
8.
of you are knocked prone.
Oh.
You'll take 11 points of damage. You're knocked prone, and beneath you, ice is giving way, and you're kind of half up and half down in this chasm. What did you fail by?
Well, what was the DC? I got like a...
18.
Oh, I failed by like 10.
Okay.
got an-
You slide into this fissure and slide 20 feet down as you're clawing at the ice. And you're able to kind of wedge yourself, but beneath you, it continues falling until finally you see it disappears into black below you. You're wedged in the fissure 20 feet down.
Super bummer.
How far did you fail by? You just failed by one.
One.
So you just kind of fell and took the damage. We're knocked flat.
Well, I will... Then, so that starts at the beginning of my turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
So, can I see if I can retain concentration on my spell, or do I just completely lose it?
No, you don't lose it. No, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I took damage, but I passed.
You're good.
Okay.
Yep.
So, well, that puts me in a tougher spot then.
Guys, Maddie just subscribed. Thank you, Maddie.
Thanks, Maddie.
You know we love you. Here's a die for the crew.
Everyone do this.
The communication.
We've all thanked Maddie.
Did you fall down there with
I'm
me?
gonna clip
didn't.
that.
Okay.
He didn't fail by far enough.
So, I'm gonna dimension door,
Nice.
and I'm gonna unfortunately have to place myself in safety for a moment right under the wing of the dragon. Hey!
Come
Scales.
under my window.
So that's my action. I'm gonna take a bonus action to second wind
Okay.
because I'm like really impacted. So I'll see how much that is, but that and
It's
then I'm
not
gonna.
much.
So that was action. I can't really do much else besides that. So that's
Okay.
me for now. I'm just trying to recover.
All right. Kothai, it is your turn.
Are these huge? Or
They are large. It is huge.
Okay, next question. Is that a big enough hole that they could fit in?
I don't think so. It'd be very difficult. It's only about 5 feet wide.
Okay.
So they would have to squeeze,
I
which
gotcha.
means they'd probably have a pretty easy time of not getting smashed down.
Just
that being said, this is now looking a little unstable. You sort of feel it kind of swaying a little bit as these cracks go all the way down.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try something weird.
I
love it.
weird.
I love it.
I love weird.
All right. I'm gonna run. 20.
Don't.
I'm listening.
So I am dashing here, and
Okay.
I'm going to run and jump and put all my weight into.
Okay. Make me a strength. Oh, we'll just call it a strength saving throw.
I got an advantage on my rage. That is a 30.
Okay, okay. You land on it and you hear ice. And it sort of slides and smacks into the other side. So this chasm is now 10 feet wide. This is 5. It hits and you start to hear like ice falling and breaking away from down below. You start to feel it sliding and shifting and you think it might not hold much longer.
Okay. Alright. Let me see where I was. I'll just say that was my whole thing.
Okay. You do get an attack of opportunity because of their reach. So as you jump, it reaches a claw out. It is blinded, so disadvantage. Ooh. It does miss you. You see this like bony hand claw at you, and you just hit it. And okay, it looks like it's probably going to go next round.
Was that an action that I
Did you
needed to
dash
do?
or no?
No,
you
I just
moved.
regular jump.
No, it's not an action. No.
Alright, I guess I will dodge then. Since I'm okay, I can't do.
Yeah, you kind of hit the ground.
And it's kind of me like...
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, boss. Oh, man. It sure did. Lydia,
Yeah.
can you make me a wisdom saving throw real quick?
Yeah. Plus 10, so 23.
Damn. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good saving throw. Alright, this thing sort of... It does fly around. It's flying about right there, taking up that space there. And it does try to attack you, Lydia. It knows what you're doing right now. And it is heck bent on you.
Oh, heck.
He's heckin' mad. He's heckin' mad.
He is heckin' mad. Swipes at you, and you're just like, nah.
Nah.
And it's clearly like frustrated. It's like, looks like it's still getting to know its new form. It is your turn now, EMS.
Mm-hmm. I bet it is. I'm going to hit him with a guiding bolt. Level 2.
Whoa. Level 2.
Level 2.
Fart.
Okay, how many Ds?
How many Ds?
What's it normally?
I think it's 4.
Like, it starts at 3d6, so it becomes 4 at the second level.
No, so it starts at... oh, God. 46, so it'll be...
Does it go to 5? Does it say per level above add a d6?
Yeah, 1d6.
Okay, so you're rolling 10d6.
10d6.
Right, and it's what, force or
Radiant.
Radiant.
Oh yeah!
I get my tongue in excitement.
Take that, creature of darkness. I realize my accent sounds like Peter Baelish.
Not at all. I liked it though.
8, 9.
Chaos is a matter.
I need one more square. Oh, 10.
Roll them over here so I can help you. I got you. Alright, here we go. 12, 16, 18, 20, 24, 29, 34 damage.
Radiant.
I mean, yeah, you're just like, nah, dude. And it's just screaming light all around it. It is these little stinky boys' turn.
Little stinky boys.
Hell, stinky boy.
Let's see what that stinky does.
He's gonna get me.
Stinky one.
He is a disadvantage against Ennis, but will continue to attack Ennis. Nope. Claws at Ennis again. No, not in fact a hit. This one here, Lydia. How long? What's up with their blindness? How does it go away, if at all?
It doesn't say, so I guess normal blindness condition.
Well, does it? It's for the duration of the spell, right?
Yeah, for the duration.
All right. Well, this guy is continuing to be blind, but it is listening out for you, Kothai. Comes to about there and tries swiping at you. Armor class?
18.
Does not get you. Claws at you again. Does hit you, but is not a crit. Which it would have been. Would have been nice.
We all just started getting the dancing.
Sugar
I'm
scum.
glad y'all are enjoying it. I got more after this fight. Not another fight, but a pretty big, important epilogue. Alright, it swipes at you, Kothai, and not a whole lot there. It's going to be doing 26 damage there. It's going to come down to 13. And finally, that other stink town. Old stinky boy.
Think of mine.
Stinky boy does not do much, but it
Oh, wait.
is also...
Did you hit him?
Yeah, but he's not in your holy aura.
Oh.
Sucks to be you. This one actually continues coming after Innis. They know that they have to.
This one right here?
He wants that holy aura.
Oh, I guess it can get fit underneath.
Yep,
Get
underneath that.
opportunity.
Nope, never
This
leaves.
is a no true lever.
Attacking Innis. No. Doesn't do it.
Sorry, bye.
Doesn't do it. It just comes over and it's just clawing at you, trying to get you.
And this is standing in her holy aura, like Annalore's main girl.
Okay, Nithbis, you're up.
DC 19 deck save from Big Boy.
Nithbis. Were you hitting him with lightning again? Don't forget you got to recharge.
Yeah, to see if it recharges. Roll
a d6. You need a 5 or a 6 to have it recharge. You get it for free anyway. It's like not an action. You just do it. No lightning breath today.
In that case, is this thing a creature?
Yeah.
Is it within attack space of me?
I think so.
Pretty big. Does it look pretty wrecked?
It looks like it's hurting. I don't know that I would go so far as to say wrecked.
Okay, I'm gonna use my multi-attack on Stinky Boy.
Stinky boy in the front. Stinky 3.
Stinky 3? Okay, yeah, you attack Stinky 3.
With my multi-attack, so
Stinky 3.
first use my Frightful Presence. DC 17 Wisdom save.
Fails.
Frightened. And
Nice.
then I get to do 3 attacks. One with my bite, 2 with claws.
Yeah, roll them.
So
You do get advantage on Stinky Boy Trace.
where are my 20s?
My stinky.
Okay, but for real, where are my 20s?
Moist Stinky. I go to the old Stinky.
Okay, so bite is gonna be
You got
Yes.
it. Yep.
Just re-roll 1. Yep.
13 plus 12.
That's a hit. Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, so that is 2d10 plus 7. Okay, 2d10 plus 7 piercing. So that's 3 plus 5 lightning.
Okay.
And then 2 claw attacks, which I'll just roll at the same time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Plus 12 to hit.
Yeah, you got them with both. Technically, you do have disadvantage on both, so go ahead and re-roll again to see if any one of those turns into a crit. No, but you hit with both.
Okay, and then that's gonna be 2d6. I'll just roll 4d6, right?
Yep, fine, and then add.
Plus 14.
Yep.
11 plus 14 is 25.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you're just clawing into it. It's sort of like trying to shield itself from you. Start of the turn, Kothai. You sort of feel this thing where the bottom starts dropping out. Dexterity saving throw, if you would, my dude.
Yep, that's a 15.
All right. You leap to the side and you look at this creature and it's like clearly still blinded and it's like, "Grr, grr," like trying to like echolocate, and there's just, and it tries to grab a claw and tries to like kind of scramble up, but its claws slip on the ice, and you just hear it down the chasm.
Am I here?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's one stinky boy down.
Bastard.
One big old chasm.
The old caving in cavern, killing a stinky boy.
Nice.
Just a dead stink.
Does anyone
Also-
smell that? It's a dead stinky ball.
At the start of the turn, this shadow creature, its eyes kind of flash red for a second, and the smoke billowing off of it just like intensifies, and you all smell this sort of acrid smell. If you start your turn within 30 feet of it, let me know.
This guy?
Ingara.
Am I within 30 feet of it? It's 15
It's
feet
15
up,
feet up.
and I'm 5. How far away from it am I?
No.
It's getting into some trigonometry, but I think by diagonals you would be. I do believe by diagonals you would be.
I am.
So
I don't know.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh shit! Passed.
I don't know who would do it.
Yeah,
Yep.
like 25 or something.
And you don't take half on a pass. You just you sort of like breathe in this acrid aura, but nothing seems to happen, and it is your turn.
Couldn't know what y'all were doing.
So I have been saving my 5th level spell slot
Do it, whatever.
for the
it is.
biggest Kamehameha ever. So like lightning is like in the air around me, and I'm like calling upon my draconic
nice.
ancestry for this.
Yes.
And I'm gonna cast a level 5 lightning bolt at this guy.
Do it.
He has to make a dex save. It's DC 18. Is he like disadvantaged in any way right now?
Does he have
Is he-
disadvantage
is he
on
blind?
dex saves
Oh,
in your
no,
holy
he's
aura?
not blind.
He's not blind.
Okay.
Just a regular old dex save.
Gotta make a dex save.
Decade.
Pass.
Reroll.
Oh, this is gonna be heartbreaking when he passes again.
It'll be a bummer.
I don't know what that
Oh.
is. 18? DC 18?
Yeah.
Fails.
Thank you, Mate.
So
Maddie, that's all you.
that's 8, 9. I need 7 more d6s.
Here, I
This
got
is
you.
the
Maddie.
Natty Bolt.
7 more?
Oh, just one then. How can I use your blue frosty one so I can tell it?
One frosty boy.
Frosty boy. So this is 6, 10. Okay.
Frosty boys.
8.
We look at each other.
I don't know.
Anytime something funny happens, we're like,
I mean, 5, 10.
Did you notice that thing?
20, 25. 25 plus 8.
33.
Plus an additional 4.
37.
So 37. Yeah. Yeah, it could have been better. That's okay.
Still pretty damn
It was
tight.
alright.
I mean, it hurts it. It's just this bolt of lightning, and again, it's like, just roiling from the pain, like the spindly arms, like waving all over the place, trying to stop what hurts.
And then I'm gonna like use my movement to step back here because I'm literally within range of just dying outright from failing
Alright.
one save.
Gotcha. Yeah, you,
hide behind
you get
my
behind the
Yeah, I'm
dragon.
like, ugh.
Kothai.
Question.
Yep.
Is there anything that looks like it's like connecting it to this?
Not really, no,
It just
not that
looks
you see.
completely separate.
But as you look at it, you no longer see like the shadow moving inside it, which you
Okay.
saw previously.
is there still the orange light?
Yeah, it's still kind of lit, not AF, but just regular lit.
Okay. Got it.
Just like lit like this room, but not
Yeah.
like when Energize is on.
Yeah,
That was a Castle Mac meta.
that was
joke.
good. Yeah, that was meta. Nobody got that. But
I got it.
I got
Yeah,
it.
you got it.
All right.
Oh my god, my back is so
5,
itchy, but all this
10,
like hair and dress.
15.
Up. Oh my god, down a little. Oh my god, yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm good. Oh yeah.
I'm not allowed any more candy.
The candy's really good though.
I have
Wired
my limit.
AF.
I have
Yeah,
hit
I'm
my
like-
limit.
Wired.
I'm gonna keep eating it.
Yeah, I mean, I actually got nothing to do but then to dash anyway, so I'm just gonna
leap across.
Yeah.
With your boots a jumping.
With my boots a jumping.
Just real quick, these little butt cracks on these guys are so ugly.
I love how you always have a comment on the
Yeah.
miniature.
Okay.
What's the butt look like?
But look, it looks like they
the butt
pooped out a
situation,
little
Ava?
Jello gem.
Let me see.
Butt situation
Jim or
here.
or Jello Jim?
A Jello.
Hey, name a Jello Jim. Can't nail me down.
Boy, I'm butt crack Jello Jim.
Butt crack Jello Jam.
Fella name a butt crack Jello Jim. Tip of the hat.
Butt crack Jello Jim. Haven't heard that one in a while.
Wrong with us. Kelsey's like, well, I can't wait to go home.
No, I want to stay. Don't say
They're like, it looks like a little baby's jelly roll legs, like around the butt crack.
Oh man. Okay.
Little newborn baby butt crack.
That
Oh,
was
this one's dead, thank God.
The boss continues attacking you, Innis.
I'm the boss.
Fizz.
That's
Ooh,
Wink.
that one got you. It's not a crit, but it did get you for once.
Wonderful.
Well, he can get blinded now.
Okay, Lydia. Here's what I need.
Yeah.
Here's what I need you to do.
Okay, so
right
tell
now.
me.
You
Tell me
ready?
what you need.
Go.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay, fine. You do take 25 damage,
Okay.
and then I need you to make me a difficulty 12 concentration save.
Do I have that 25 or did you already do that?
No, you
Okay.
don't have it.
I'm just
You
wondering.
oh no, the save was for something else. I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Nope.
Got it.
Good.
Okay, can he make me a constitution save?
Spell again.
Where's my daggone spell?
What am I looking to beat?
19.
Fail.
Blind. Blind.
Old Jello Jim. What would Jello Jim think right now?
My butt crack pictures, I can't even see it to scratch it.
Looks like a tight spot, guys.
Jello Jim's out! Jello Jim! Can't nail me down! Through a crack in the wall. Oh man.
Just slides over to it.
Fucking Jello Jim guys again.
His butt crack opens up and folds into himself,
God.
and he just falls right through the
Oh,
crack.
this is getting silly.
So,
Yeah, it's your
okay.
turn.
There is a thing that I want to do, not related to the game, is one whole week of our lives, I want to count how many times you say the word slurp. Because you're constantly like, oh, he's getting slurped down into it. He said all the time.
Or how many times he does a bird eye.
Yeah.
Oh, the bird eye? You talking about like...
I actually just tried to do it and I didn't reverse. I was like,
do the sideways, like...
Maybe a little
I'm looking at you.
peckers.
I'm looking at you. Okay, we're getting real silly. Let's rein it in because it's midnight
Okay,
and I do have
second.
more after this, so and I gotta get through it. Let's do this.
Gotta do it.
Thanks for having a goof with us, everybody.
All right.
We want to hear your best fanfic about Jello Jim.
Butt crack Jello Jim to you.
Crack Jello Jim.
I'll make sure to write that down.
His surname.
all right, I'm going to do another guiding bolt, but level 1.
Okay.
And I'll do it at, which one's blind? All of them?
I don't even
Is everyone blind?
This one is not, I don't think.
No, neither one of them are actually. The one that was blind fell to his death.
Oh, wait, no, actually, you know what? I'm going to do a healing word on Kelsey.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Gara.
Let me check my spell slots.
Gara.
Okay, so I'll do a level 3 healing word
Ingara.
Yeah.
on Angara. So you get 4 times 4.
16.
16 plus 4
20.
plus 5.
25.
Not bad.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Math.
And then I get some of that too.
I am
get
not
that,
in the range of
Okay.
insta-death now. Thank you.
You're welcome. I would like to
Can't believe how much
then.
we talked about butt crack Jello Jim. Alright, keep going, sorry.
I would like the big guy to make me a wisdom save.
Can do. Stop.
Thinking the females would still be butt crack jello gem, but GEM.
Jello jam.
Okay. Another guiding bolt on him.
No. It's
Oh, this is
Cole.
Cole.
So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18.
Okay.
It's necrotic.
This is falling apart. Sorry, I've been thinking about whole family date. Old Jim, senior or junior? No, the younger. Please, my dad is Mr. My dad is Mr. Call me Jello. Call me Jello.
Go JJ. Oh my god, what if? Never mind. No.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Can you put me on level 1?
Yeah.
I can't. I'm crying.
I got the jello gem sweats.
This is what happens for a day of gaming. We've been up for 14 hours. We've been gaming for 16 hours at this point.
Yes.
So, okay, alright. I'm gonna rein it in, because we do got some stuff to get good now. Alright, this guy right here. Doesn't recharge. He's attacking.
You should just push him into the crack. Back.
Yeah, you totally could.
I really could.
Yeah.
He swings at you, Ennis, twice. First one. Oh, that's a hit.
Hey, no, he's at disadvantage.
I know,
Oh,
that's why
okay.
I rolled 2. He hits.
Reverse burdock.
Oh shoot.
We lost Delbin. We are losing.
Lost blinding.
Kelsey's like, hey, it was pretty cool, but I'm never going back there.
No, it was the best. My face hurts from
They
laughing.
were talking about some weird Jello man and his whole family and their family dynamic.
Knocking butt crack jello gems into cracks in the floor.
35 points of damage, Ennis, finally. And I need you to make me a pretty big wisdom save. A constitution save. Difficulty is 17.
Ooh.
Now, was he blind?
He was not. But he will roll for it after this.
This guy was blind.
Yes, that guy's blind.
Correct!
Here's his save against blindness. He is not. And here's his second attack on you, Ennis. Trying to get that spell down.
No.
And he misses.
Cannot.
The other fella.
Oh, did his dwarf barf recharge?
His dwarf barf has recharged.
Dwarf bar.
Dwarf barf.
I really gotta stay out of that
weapon?
dwarf bar.
Focusing on Ennis. They have to. They got
I
no choice.
recognize these dwarfs.
Yes.
No!
They're your
You
party.
totally did. They were your party.
Ah.
Missed. Gotcha.
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 10, 25, 30 damage and a DC 15 concentration save. And here's his constitution save.
Do you
He's
have
not blinded.
inspiration?
Good. Inspiration.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. It does. It was needed to be close enough to attack her, so that it's going to be close enough for the dwarf barf. But it does do a little dwarf barf there. Just this negative energy issues forth from this trapped dwarf, and I will need Kothai and Lydia to make Constitution saving throws.
Icky.
Oh, I failed that one.
You rolled the classic
I got
pair.
a 31, my damn.
Wait. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fail? Did I fail it?
Yep.
Inspire!
You need your info to reroll 1.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna need to.
And then I'll immediately re-inspire you.
Sweet.
Got it.
Can I re-inspire
You
you?
Yes.
absolutely
You're
can.
inspired again!
Trade
me
that
my-
one
give me
and
my-
toss it for a blue bee.
Blue bees.
Blue bees.
Oh, rubies.
Each of you will take 20 damage. You don't lose your rage anymore if you don't attack, right?
Oh boy.
Okay, so you'll take 10. And I need you to make me another concentration saving
Oh
throw.
boy, I'm close to death.
Heal yourself.
Physician, heal thyself.
Plus 10.
Sweet. Also, have I forgotten about people starting their turn within range of him? It's only humanoids. No, I haven't. But it'll come up on Innis's next turn. So, Nithbis, we're over to you. You got it.
Charged.
It charged.
Deck save.
Is it both these dudes? Because they're in a line?
Yeah, can you...
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You can, like, go from the ground, just put your head towards... Just
Could I hit all three if I slivered my head?
100%. He is up in the air, so I don't think so. I think it's any two. Any two you could hit, no problem.
I'll do those.
Close. Okay, here's the guy closest to you on the ground. What's the DC?
Is he blind?
No. Fails. The guy up there is blind, so he will definitely have disadvantage. Also fails.
Yes.
Roll that beautiful damage.
Roll that beautiful bean bunch.
Nope. I won't.
I will.
Why am I missing one?
The sillies are real.
Am I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. I can't even. I'm gonna roll and then roll because I want a good roll. And then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go. That was pretty good. 10, 20, 34, 41, 50, 59, 62, 65, 70.
Woohoo!
You just... The creature on the ground before you just like... As it starts dissipating, flesh just sloughing off, and nothing but the skeleton sort of left, and this crackling energy all around it. Meanwhile, this thing is just like... and sort of disappears, as if it like folds in on itself.
Like the butt cracks open and folded in on
A little
themselves.
something like that. You all basically beat my demigod puzzle. This one you guys handle.
I wonder who that
the next-
was.
Stab it!
It was, in
Delbon.
fact, Delbon, Star of Ice and Hate.
Who's Delbon?
I have
Was that
Delbon
his new
Star of
form?
Hate and
Was
I
that his
swear.
new name?
Yeah.
What was his old name?
It was always Delbon. It's
Oh.
one of the trapped gods in the pantheon.
Oh.
From the Amber Temple.
One that we didn't see, perhaps.
I see.
All right, you all are standing in this huge ice chasm. The glowing in the amber fades as you watch.
Where?
The crystalline noises subside.
Did we beat a god?
I'll take a knee and start healing myself.
Start short resting.
No problem. Don't worry about it mechanically.
No, I wanna do a thing.
Okay, go ahead.
I wanna get on the ground and just cast my like huge healing spell for like 700.
Oh yeah,
For everybody?
the
Yeah.
huge one.
Oh, that is very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Everybody's up to full.
Feel the wounds and the radiant just as the chamber itself feels lighter, and even more so with the light now going through the crystal.
The holy light reflecting off the ice everywhere. Just a warm glow.
I can speak and like dragons can speak.
Dragons
even
can
I-
speak,
Okay.
yeah.
Common.
Common,
They can
yeah.
also speak common.
Is it over?
For now, maybe.
For now.
I think we'll be back. I think we'll need to come back.
What about the amber?
We should look at it.
You make your way
Can
to
it
it.
be destroyed?
It now seems completely inert. It's just a chunk of amber.
How big?
It's there. It's pretty big. It was a kind of sarcophagus, right? So it's
Big
this
enough
big,
for
this
Kothai to
high.
carry, though.
Kothai could carry it.
Does it seem like it's been abandoned now?
It does. Because remember when you came in, there was like a shadow moving
Okay.
around inside it. It looks completely inert at this point.
Okay. Everyone gather around it. Put a hand on it. And I will word of recall us to the House of Vanillor, or the Temple of Vanillor.
Oh, I can carry just.
All right. You all return to the house of Annalore. What will Innis do? What will you all do with this?
I will give it to
Chunk of
Nithis to
amber.
study.
Okay. How you taking it back, Nithis? You taking Kothai with you?
Yeah.
All right. Who goes to Golden Leaf?
All of us, I believe. I would, for a while at least.
It's kind of almost
East
desert
of
and valley-ish.
Yeah. We made it up. It's the town she established.
Oh.
And it became like this hub of adventurers and stuff.
But it is near Golden Fields, which is on the map.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'll
she's
go.
the witch of Golden Leaf.
Alright. You windwalk, I presume. As you approach Golden Leaf, things aren't quite what you expect. There's a glow on the horizon. And as you come close, you can see that the center of town is burning. And as you approach, you quickly come out of your form. You can see that it was attacked. Everywhere but your sanctum has been brutally destroyed. Bodies everywhere in the street. You come near the central recruiting hub of the Order of Rorik, and you find, first, a sea of bodies. Humans, orcs, goblins, all of them slashed with what looks like a long blade. Finally, you see punched into wood, splintered wood that was clearly a forceful impact. Baishar is laying there. He says, "My lady, is that you?"
Can I, go up to him and cast a spell on him?
You come up to him and you start to cast a spell and he grabs your arm and he's like, "No, I'm ready." And he looks up at you. He says, "They came quick. Hit when we didn't expect it. It was the Dragonborn. The Dragonborn was bleeding." And he kind of closes his eyes and he's like, and he looks up at the sky and a smile kind of crosses his face. He's like, "My lord, my lord." And you feel his grip weaken and his eyes go glossy. Baishar dies.
Nah, man.
What wood is he, stuck into?
The side of a building. He was clearly, punched into it from some great force. Body just shattered into it, but clearly gave way more than he got. And I think that's where we're going to wrap it up, everybody.
Standing in a burning town.
A Dragonborn?
Uh-huh.
The Dragonborn.
Yep. He won't talking about Ingara. Thank you all for joining us. Kelsey, this has been awesome.
Thank
I
you.
wish you could stay.
So cool.
When are you moving to Virginia?
Yeah,
Well,
we're working
sooner
on it.
than planned now.
All right, thanks y'all for joining us tonight. Thank you guys for playing. The makeup is absolutely stellar.
Thanks for not just hosting this game, but the whole
welcome.
weekend. Both of y'all, the organization.
you.
Thanks for doing
coffee.
2 games.
For hosting
You're very
me,
welcome.
thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was
so
fun.
much.
It was well worth it. So yes, Jeff, it was a red dragonborn. In fact, leading the forces.
I know who it was.
While the heroes were distracted.
We all know who it was.
Guess what? He's gonna die.
Is he?
Oh, he is.
I hope so.
Better believe
I
it.
do too.
Caecilius of Clan Raish
Bitch.
has returned. While y'all were distracted, knew it was his shot. All right, hope you guys had fun.
Did whoever made that champion? What a dick.
What a poopy butt.
Oh man, Holy Aura though?
That holy
Was great. Honestly, we might not have won if it wouldn't been for that.
I actually hate clerics.
Yeah, me too.
No, they're awesome. Okay, we are gonna launch a raid. They're done, Lid. They ended their raid. We can't launch a raid on them. Let's launch a raid on. Oh, you know what? Thread Raiders are doing Extra Life right now. Let's go shoot them a raid. And I think I got the right thing. Yes, I did. Once again, thank you all for
Thanks,
joining
everybody.
us. We had
Thank
a
you.
really fun time. This was a blast. We'll see y'all tomorrow night for Waterdeep
love it.
Dragon Heist as we continue the ongoing story of those misfits in the City of Splendors. See y'all. Thanks again.